All right, should we get started?
Yes.
All right. Hey, welcome back to Hold My Popcorn. I'm Max Healy in Nashville. With me in Boston's Tim again. How are you, Timmy boy?
I'm not good, Max. Celtics are playing the Golden State Warriors tonight. Finals rematch. And apparently the streaming service I used to get sports does not have TNT. And so I wrote a bad email to the streaming service. And I got a response back, a pretty positive response. They reported me to the Boston police. So I think I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Sounds like they expedited your ticket. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good timestamp, too, since this episode will come out in probably February.
Yeah.
Oh, I always love Tim with his topical things when the episode then comes out like 3 weeks later.
They can Google it.
All right, well, also in the frozen tundra of Portland, Maine, we got old Squibby Bill. He's back. How are you, Squib Bill?
Squib Bill, Squibby boy,
Yep.
Squibby fuck. That's great.
We're
Good
on
stuff.
we're on an odd year, so it's Squib's back.
Oh, I was doing fine. Again, Max, I'm on the show. You do this to me every fucking time. And every time I'm ready for something, and then you call me a squib, and I get flustered. I get upset. I'm fine. I'm doing good. You know what? I'm just a little upset because it's not winter. There's no fucking winter. Are you guys getting winter? Because I'm not getting winter.
No, we get no winter
here today.
It's fucking insane. It's been 50 the last 2 days. It's the late January. I haven't had a snowfall that's more than 2 or 3 inches. I don't even like winter, but fucking let me shovel the driveway once, for the love of God, Jesus! What
let you. What about Walt and Fran?
They're useless. They're fucking God. Ugh! Don't get me started. 1-year-olds and 3-year-olds, they don't provide anything. They don't bring anything to the table. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Sounds like you're not hitting them hard enough, Bill.
No, that's not the problem. I promise you that.
That actually might be the problem.
I'll take it under advisement.
Yeah.
Maine Child Service is going to show up to Bill's house, which is just a moose. It's a fucking river otter riding a moose.
I'll do better. I'm sorry. And then they just turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
Smashing clams on its stomach and just looking at you angrily.
And then also we have our shape-shifting expert, because he lives in the heart of Baltimore, John Anoshak's on the show. How are you, John?
I'm great, man. I'm actually mediocre because I'm downstairs for a change. So I'm on the desk, so I have so much room for activities. It's great. But there's a big fucking air sucker vent thing, and I didn't want to get cussed out by you. So I turned the heat off. It is cold in Baltimore. So because of that, I've got on wool hat, wool shirt, wool pants, wool underwear. So my balls are itchy.
You get a merkin on,
dude? Dude, a what?
A merkin. You know what a merkin is?
Is that like a
Max
lock-in?
Translate.
So back in Victorian times, right? Apparently, it was sexually desirable for prostitutes to have a full bush.
Yeah, all right.
But there was an issue that a lot of them would get fucking lice because, they were all fucking dirty as shit back in Victorian times, not showering and stuff, bathing.
Yeah.
So what they did is they shaved their undercarriage, but then got beaver pelts that would cover their vaginal region, and it was called a merkin. So it looked like you had a full bush, dude.
The fact that Tim knows this.
Yeah.
So Tim, what you just described to me was Max's entire game as far as getting women back to his room in college. So there's nothing too out of this world.
He would talk about
He talked about these beaver pelts he could strap on to their bottom nether regions and keep them warm. It was weird.
Then skin them and put them on the wall.
So
Max, you would have killed it in Victorian France, man.
Tim's just Googling what was it like to fuck a hooker in Victorian era? Interesting. It's better now,
right?
No,
Tim, I'm just going to let you have that one, and we're gonna move away from beaver pelts over the
vagine. The thing that
vagine.
gets me is that they're able to somehow keep their beaver pelts free of fleas or lice, but not their own hair. I mean, how is that?
Well, they can
It's probably
take
like a
them off.
naturally occurring enzyme or something that comes out of it, like sheep's wool.
It's easier to wash it. Maybe put it in like a little scrubber board. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you can use steel wool on that motherfucker, dude.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Off this
Merkin,
fucking
man.
chest right here.
Look it up, dude.
I mean, what did they used to use for condoms back then? Wasn't it just like sheepskin?
Condoms.
It was
you
like
just,
an
you just
intestine.
didn't take care of the kid when it got born.
Yeah, and then you had to wash it out.
Wash it out.
Good times. Good times. Yep.
I do have a fun fact for the day, though. This is a fact.
good.
Is it about
Bill,
hookers?
and I'm really happy about
I'm
this.
looking forward
for
to
you,
it.
Bill, right? So, you've been getting shit on for being a squid for a long
true.
time. You can't cast magic. You can't, make your dick bigger with it or anything.
Engorge.
You can't.
Tried.
You can't. Yeah, engorge. Engorgio. You can't make it snow, even though you're in Maine. But squibs can't be infected by the thing.
Oh, wow.
So
You're just not worth it.
Yeah, they don't even want you.
Like that guy who got shot, and then the dog just passed. He's like, nah, I'll go for the next guy.
Yeah.
That's Bill.
Squib. Obvious sign of a squib. Gross.
By the way, John, you can put your heat on. What I can do is I can put on some wintry background. I'll add in some wintry background sound to this episode.
Oh no, don't even worry about it. I'm 3 beers deep, dude. We're good.
All right, that's fair. Well, we're assimilating into our second film in our snow-filled miniseries when it's fucking 60 degrees outside. As we watched one of the greatest sci-fi horror movies of all time in John Carpenter's The Thing. So before we get into it, what are just some initial thoughts?
Dude, tight,
First off, cue the fucking guitar solo, dude. It's fucking black metal.
tight hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is also Carpenter's longest movie he ever did.
Really?
Which is why
God.
part of the reasons why I love John Carpenter. This movie's an hour and 49.
I mean, the thing about the thing, you know what I'm saying? Is
We're gonna be saying that a lot today.
yeah, dude. Is it does not waste time with explanations of things.
Nope.
But I don't mind it because they just kind of like roll with it. They don't pander to shit like that, and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna have exploding chests, mouths, and you're gonna like it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on board. Exactly. I got to agree. It was just bang, bang, bang. I kind of planned on just watching like half of it last night and then half of it during the day today, and I fucking crushed it last night. Went to bed way too late, and it was like it wasn't a movie I could turn off, which is a wonderful thing.
It's so good. I haven't seen this movie in a couple of years. I always forget how good it is.
This was the first like real horror movie I saw as a child. And I was up for 6 hours vomiting all night. I was so scared when I saw it. It's just that good to this day, and it still all holds up. And in like a big theme of all of your loves in this world, Max, is practical effects, and it just still goes.
Practical effects, synth music, and Kurt Russell. I mean, that's just that's all I need. It's those three. I'm golden. Get some Dean
Also,
Cundy
Kurt
cinematography in there. I'm good. Beautiful.
Kurt Russell also, he grew that beard in a year.
Oh my
One
God.
year.
Yeah.
My
Good
God,
Lord.
yeah, and the hair.
He is a man among children. Yeah.
Beautiful hair.
God.
And a hat. That hat that he was wearing.
Dude.
To die
What's
for.
that? That was something else.
There's like old Prospector vibes throughout this movie. Like Wilford Brimley had an old Prospector vibe about him, and
He always
that
does.
hat. Yeah, that hat was like old Prospector style.
He's a literal cowboy.
Gus Chickens.
That hat reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Homer's like spying on the Cookie Mart and he has that ginormous oversized hat with like a full camera in the middle of it.
Yes. It's way too big. It's absurd. There's no
big.
practical use for it.
I mean, when they
Ears aren't
uncovered,
covered.
No.
when they uncovered like the Millennium Falcon, I'm sitting there like, there's a spaceship there. All I'm seeing is his hat.
All right, let's get into it. So the movie opens up with some moody synth as we see a spaceship crashing into Earth, followed by the original 1950s title ripping through the film.
Yeah, I got to tell you what. You're talking about the special effects. It was not a hot start for me with that spaceship. Was not great.
It's kind of a weird that they even I'm surprised that's still in it, like this far, and you feel like they would have just cut that part out of the movie at this point.
You don't need to show it in outer space. You could show like it landing in like the Arctic.
I don't think you need to show it at all.
No, just cut the title opening in Antarctica. We're gonna see the spaceship anyway.
Exactly.
Right. I feel like that was a studio note or something.
Guys, it has to come from outer space. They did the same thing in Predator. It looks just as bad.
It is the same intro as Predator.
I'm not going to take this from you men. Like, I'm not going to deal with this shit.
You white male cis men.
It is pretty true. We are white male cisgendered.
Fucking heterosexuality and your fucking gorgeous fucking facial structure, Bill.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. All of it, including the last bit, particularly the last bit. But yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Look at the cheekbones.
God.
Oh, God.
So, so fuck y'all, first off. But what were you going to say, Max? What were you going to say, sweetheart?
Did you listen to the DVD commentary with Carpenter and Russell?
I totally did. And so, like, I know it's a big set. I was holding back my rage. This is a huge callback, and it's the original title drop for the original film that this is not a sequel to. They just have little homages to it back in the 50s. It was actually one of the first sci-fi movies that I watched growing up. And for your children, if you want to like get them to watch something that's kind of spooky but not going to keep them up for like 3 weeks, that's also fun for you to watch. Turn this on. It's fantastic. It's family friendly.
The 1950s one? Is it the same general concept as far as like shape shifting? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Antarctica, right?
Everything is the same. Everything is the same, except the monster is basically like a 10-foot tall like humanoid that's kind of like plant based, and it just kills people. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It's not a shapeshifter. They couldn't really get that across back then, and you'll kind of see it, but it's a fun time. It's a fun ride.
All right.
So
it's actually a metaphor
have callbacks throughout
the evils of communism, Bill.
That makes sense.
Because it shows how the government can take over a person's individual and remove all of their, agency.
Right. Yep.
It was written by Joe McCarthy.
But the reason why I think John Carpenter felt the need to call back to it is because both movies are based off of a novel.
Yeah.
Called, really? I believe Who Goes There.
Who Goes
There. Which was written,
yeah.
Maybe in like the 40s, who knows, whatever. So because of that, they're the only two films besides the remake, which that happened, that are based off of this book. So it's like, we're all part of the club,
Yeah, and I think it was something like they sketched the thing in like a black trash bag or something, and then they just lit it on fire. Like that's how they got that effect. Like it was all practical, old school. It's really cool. Yeah. And then also this is like one of the few movies that Carpenter didn't compose himself. I mean, it still sounds like a Carpenter movie, but it was Ennio Morricone is the one who did it. Who did like all the Sergio Leone, like Clint Eastwood movies.
Like spaghetti westerns.
Like the Man with No Name trilogy. So he's the one who did the... It's the same dude.
Cool.
Yep. Pretty cool. Kind of seems like a waste because it sounds exactly like a John Carpenter movie, but that's okay. All right. Then we cut to Antarctica in the winter of 1982, where we see a group of Norwegian scientists hunting after a husky dog who's on his way to this U.S. research base. That ends with one of the Norwegians dropping a grenade in the snow and blowing himself and the chopper up, while the other one screams in Norwegian, accidentally shoots one of the American scientists, and then gets shot in the head by a pair of eyebrows.
So much incompetence throughout the scene.
Oh my God.
The inability to shoot this dog. It's torturous because like all you're thinking is don't kill that dog.
But also you're frustrated by how could you be this bad at killing this dog?
Right. Just get it over.
I mean, unbelievable.
Also, they're also actively throwing grenades up to the point where they land, and they're still missing it. They're shooting at it and throwing explosives at it. They still can't get the fucker.
My favorite thing is that when he drops the grenade, he's like, let me go try and find that grenade. That's the last thing one should think about doing when dropping a grenade is let me find that grenade I just dropped.
Let me go dig in the snow. Yeah,
right.
Real quick. God.
I mean, they're European, though. I mean, what can you expect? You know, the European, they have a gun. They can't fucking shoot anything. The American shows up with a handgun and fucking pops the guy in the eye with one shot. I mean,
through a broken glass window.
Right, exactly.
From like 200 yards away. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, wrong move. Like, just open the door, step out, shoot him from out the door. Don't break the window when you're in the Arctic research base.
Right.
The window that keeps that entire room separate.
They break so many windows in this movie.
I know.
They don't really care very much about their shelter in this movie. I'm going to be honest. No.
It's like they wanted to die anyway.
Fucking scorched.
Their shelter is kind of like flame retardant. The amount of just like flaming aliens that are running around this place it's pretty impressive
Also,
that it just didn't burn down.
I never really thought of it until this moment, but the number of flamethrowers they have.
Dude,
What
I
do
know.
they
lot of
need
flamethrowers.
flamethrowers for?
Apparently, this Arctic research base is do flamethrowers work in the Arctic? That's what they're researching.
I mean, how do you guys shovel your driveway?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the number one difference between the Norwegian and American base. It's like besides the handguns, like, and that they can shoot them. Yeah, they're like, oh fuck that. We're just gonna torch it all. Just dead zone around it.
But that's
All
what
the
I mean. Like, they
55-gallon
don't
drums
explain
of-
that. They just have flamethrowers. There isn't an explanation.
Yeah, you know.
We don't need. There
All
doesn't
the-
need
all
to
the
be a backstory to that. Let's just move on.
We just accept it. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an
They
Arctic
also
research base. Flamethrowers are present. Move on with the movie.
They also, like, they clearly indicate how, like, snow madness or whatever, you know, when people go crazy in isolation in the snow is a real thing that they're like, oh, well, maybe the people went crazy over there or something. And then, like, 20 minutes later, they cut scene to a guy breaking into, like, a gun rack that's full of just, like, massive shitloads of guns. They're like, wow, I guess you're not too worried about your people going crazy because that was not very hard to access.
That's American. It's an American base bill.
There's got to be
All of the amendments carry over to Antarctica bill. Okay, all of them.
How else are 9 men going to feel safe if there isn't like a million guns in that base?
Right.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There were 2 gun cases. Like he only broke one, and there was enough to arm the entire base in one case. But there was another case.
just in case.
Just in case the penguins come.
What happens? Yeah, what happens if the penguins come?
I guarantee there's some guy
Torch
in
and
the
shoot the fuck out of those penguins. That's what we're
I
gonna do.
guarantee there's a guy like
Flightless
in the
bird.
meeting when they're setting up this base. He's like, "Hey, you know, there's a possibility that people could go insane. Should we not have a massive armory full of guns for, you know, for this base?" And everyone probably looked around the table and was like, "I didn't know Ed was gay."
they just shoot them.
Yeah, I guess Ed's gay.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
we're gonna
he's the
have
thing.
guns there, Ed. All right.
It has to be a 10-to-1 ratio of guns to person.
Right.
I also love too when you see the Norwegian land and start running through the camp. There's no less than 3 or 4 55-gallon drums of flammable stuff just like tipped over, like lying on their side in the snow. Like, that's good. That's fine.
Yep.
No problem there. I mean, I guess it's probably the napalm that they use in the flamethrowers. They're just running through this shit like 3 drums a day or something.
Yeah, and their only pilot is shit-faced drinking in a shack that's overlooking the whole situation, who
Pouring
just
his-
broke the only chess machine in
Yeah,
camp.
pouring his whiskey into the computer.
That's right. Forgot about that.
Cheater.
Like it's just like Deep Blue Sea, where it's like the hero or like the big smart guy. Like the first time you see him, you're like, oh, who's this genius pissing in the wind? Literally,
See the one that's pissing in the wind?
same thing. Yeah, like it's the same thing. Here comes the big hero, the big pilot, shit faced, in a room all alone.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Did we lose Max?
And he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Well, at least he looks. At least he looks
boy.
happy.
He looks happy.
There we go.
He
I'm
died
back.
doing
I'm
what he
back,
loved.
baby.
I'm
Back, baby.
I'm gonna take a second and get some whiskey. I'll be right back.
Oh boy. Everyone's hammered in this place too.
What else are you going to do?
No, I know,
Yeah.
but don't you have like a job?
They're
that like-
hammered. They have a lot
some
of
research?
booze. And I want to know where they got all that weed from in 1982. Because what's his name?
Yeah, dude.
Who is it? It was the guy. Palmer. I have it written down. Stoner. Palmer. There's my little key I have here. Palmer's like takes out like a fucking tree branch worth of weed in one scene later.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it, guys.
Like a paper towel roller.
They got this straight dude, they got straight access to fucking Northern Lights, my dudes. It's right there. You don't got to worry about it.
That's definitely what it's called too. What they that strain's called Northern Lights.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Northern Lights and Northern Lights and just dog face ripper. That's the stuff that gets you real crazy. Face ripper.
Now my favorite in high school, someone was selling something called purple sticky monkey balls. So, anyways, yeah, my balls are on fire right now. God, fucking wool underwear. What a fucking terrible idea. It's so bad.
It's the beaver skin. That's what it is.
I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be like the guys in this fucking movie. Also, in the commentary, like John Carpenter was really upset. He was like, the scene up in British Columbia where we were filming this was awesome, but we had a really big problem. Like, there wasn't any beer.
Yeah.
He's like, we kept trying to get the helicopter pilots to go out and get it for us, but it was like too dangerous or something. Like, it's just like, fuck.
Then like the actual helicopter pilot was like a psycho, and he's like, if you give me some money, I'll blow the helicopter up for you. And he's like, no, we need it.
Crash it.
No, or else this is going to become a real life thing.
Yes.
Where we can't leave.
Because they're literally at the snowiest place in North America. That's where they filmed it, like in December.
Bold choice.
And there's no beer.
Yep. I mean, the guy also let Kurt Russell just fly the helicopter without telling him in one of the scenes. So when you see the helicopter start getting like a little shaky, it's because Kurt Russell's actually flying it.
That's
I was like, here you go, Kurt. He's like, oh,
It's
fuck.
like what? All right, so right after this, we got the doctor and Kurt with his massive cowboy hat. They fly over to this burnt-out horror show of a Norwegian camp where they find an axe covered in blood in a door, a frozen scientist locked in the control room with his wrist and his throat slit, a big empty block of ice, as well as the burnt remains of the rest of the crew, including one with two faces merging out of each other like Ron Silver and Time Cop.
Pretty awesome reveal of events there. The graphic, or I don't know, the special effects, whatever for the doctor that had his throat slit and the wrist slit. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. This is like an alien.
You can literally
dude.
see
It's like an alien where they're like, they see all this shit and they keep going. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
You see a guy with his hands tied behind his back and his throat slit, just assume shit's gone down and like leave.
Well, like watch McCready the entire time. Kurt Russell's character, like that dude, clearly was a pilot who got out of Nam, and he saw that. He's like, "Let's get out of here, Doc." Don't worry about it. Like, not a fucking. So he's the only one. He's got it under control, but the rest of them, you can see it shakes him. Yeah.
So they don't cover it in the movie, but I know for like his background character was that he was a Vietnam pilot, and then he just couldn't like acclimate to regular life, so that's why he's out in the Arctic.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't die in like fucking the Mekong so I could come here. I didn't like survive the Mekong Delta so I could come here and like get fucking polar bear to death.
Also, like how far gone do you need to be where you have to go to the Arctic to get away from everybody? But even then, you have to be in a shack that's 50 feet above everyone else that lives in the camp in the Arctic.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Do you think that was a request? He got there and he's like, I'll stay, but you got to build me a shack that like overlooks it like Igor's little like tower and fucking Frankenstein.
In a blow-up doll. I need a blow-up doll too.
Fucking blow-up doll.
And a chess.
I don't know.
Build it into the chess machine.
So I guess that's a deleted scene, is that he has a blow-up doll in that shack with him.
Oh, does he really?
Are you serious?
Pictures of it. Yeah.
Also,
They should have.
Funniest thing about this movie, there's not a woman within 200 miles of the entire set. Like,
yep.
Oh my God, yeah. So that's like a little trivia thing, is that the only like female actor in the movie is the voice from the chess machine, and that was John Carpenter's wife. She's, Adrienne Barbeau, who was like, she's Tits McGee in Escape from New York. Mm-hmm. That was the only person.
Could you imagine like this? We're talking about this is the 80s, right?
Yeah, 82.
Talking about the 80s. Could you imagine being like a woman alone with that fucking crew of dudes for the entire winter in the Antarctic
No,
Nope.
that'd be bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's just remove ourselves from the narrative of the movie. And can you imagine being a woman being alone with that crew of dudes in British Columbia in December? Like, also, not an ideal situation. Probably best that there were not any women on that crew.
Yep.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to be a man alone with those like in British Columbia in December. Like, I don't think it matters. Like, at that point.
With Kurt
but yeah,
Russell's
you're
beard,
right.
I would be the next most feminine thing there. That's not ideal at all.
Gotta shave that ass, Bill.
Manscaped. Oh, no.
Manscaped. Shave that ass if you're in the Arctic. Manscaped. You'll be the prettiest boy on base. Manscaped. Popcorn 20. Check out.
So that brings up a good question. So, like, you've got the barrel when you're at sea. What do you have when you're on a fucking, like, a literal iceberg? Like, what do you do?
Igloo, dude.
Is it the igloo? Yeah, that's
The
cold
igloo,
for everybody. Nobody wins in that situation, though. You can't become engorged.
Just gotta find some kind of flubbery animal.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I'm
just
thinking,
the carcass.
A flubber. Ooh, a little blubber.
A
Could
little
be like
blubber.
Pineapple
Yeah.
or whatever, you know? Yeah, blubber.
Yeah.
Huh? You could heat that up a bit.
Don't poke the penguin.
Ooh.
I would have much rather that opening scene be them shooting at a penguin than a dog.
It's like,
It's kind of like across the ice. Occasionally getting to like downhills that it can go on its tummy. You're like, oh, it's so fast. How did it get away so quickly?
Yep.
Kurt Russell out there with a bottle of Jameson and a fucking 40-06, like, come here, you little fucker, shit. Sure. Like, and then, like, the camera pans over. There's just like 75 dead penguins, like an entire flock gone.
If that's the case, I also want a bearded kind of surly man that's also just like really, really into penguins, like the guy that was super into the dogs. I want a guy that's like really all about protecting those penguins. You got to give some balance here.
he likes those penguins a little too much.
A penguin's actually my favorite animal. Real story.
I do love me a penguin. Yeah, now I'm just imagining like Happy Feet when that thing's just doing like this little breakout dance, and then out of nowhere you see a Norwegian helicopters fly by.
Drop a grenade on it.
Yeah, a bunch of tentacles come out of the thing. So it's like, Jesus, God, George Miller he has to go to Mad Max land, doesn't he? Even in a kids movie. Also, yeah, as mentioned, during this in between these scenes, you got that. Husky just quietly like opening the door, walking down the hallway, like checks one of the rooms. The guy got shot. He's like, he's too weak. And then he just sneaks into what's his name's room. I think it was Norris.
Yeah.
Do we know whose room that was?
Pretty sure it's Norris because I think he's the first one to go.
Norris.
I'm guessing from Norris is the fat guy, like the chest
that guy.
rapper.
That guy. Yeah.
He's like.
You think he's number one?
Oh.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was the guy who was running out with the hands.
There's the hands. I would assume the hand guy too.
Yeah,
No, because I think Norris was
the
already
balding engineer.
Well, I think Norris was already by that point, like he was already kind of like wincing and stuff because like the thing was taking over his body. It's like about 10 or 15 minutes before then, he's just kind of like he just looks like he's in pain, and then he just falls to the ground.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. I'd be like, oh.
Also,
it's just kind of how I
it can't be
feel.
the bald guy. It can't be the bald guy because the silhouette, the guy has like bushy hair.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was thinking the bald guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that makes
So
sense.
you think that? So what's this? I'm trying to find his name in here real quick. What was the character's
Norris.
name that got
So
him?
Norris
Bushy
is
hair?
he's
Vance
Spider.
Norris.
He's Spider-Head.
Vance. Yeah.
Spiderhead.
So you're trying to tell me that Vance like got down with the sickness? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now, Max?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. We're just gonna move on from that. Just
I'll edit that out.
just give it to me. Just give it to me, and we're just gonna go.
The dog in that scene, though, I mean, that's got to be the best acting in the whole movie.
Dog's great.
He somehow pushes through that door without opening it at all. Somehow conveys sneaking quietly down the hallway, and then like 2 minutes later, they show Russell returning from the Norwegian camp, and they show the dog like watching out the window like nervously. Somehow, a dog is conveying nervousness. That was by far the best acting in the movie.
I've
Can
only
you talk about that, Max?
what, the dog with the
dog?
acting.
Just how like John Romero, the director, was like gushing over this dog during the entire commentary. Like gushing.
Carpenter.
He was
Yeah,
like-
he loved that dog.
He like all but said it was the best actor on the entire
Yeah.
movie.
Well, he said that hallway scene. He said they only took 3 takes, and like the reason, like they said, the dog never looked in the camera once. Like he was like the best animal actor ever.
The scene in the pen, I mean, I know we're not there yet,
Oh,
but that was
God.
fucking unbelievable too. I thought
Yeah,
I
it's,
thought
like,
for
so
sure the whole
weird.
time the way he was staring at the wall that, like, you know, good camera, they weren't showing the trainer who was just outside the shot. And then the last shot they show of the dog, there's no trainer.
Yeah.
He's just staring at the wall like maliciously. How the fuck they get the dog to do that? That was
They
amazing.
had a gun on the dog's friend off screen. He knew the
shoot you a bitch
consequences.
if you don't do what we tell
He
you.
knew the consequences, you know.
Also, another fun fact too is that this Norwegian camp is actually the U.S. camp. After they burnt it up in the end of the movie, they just filmed this last.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
idea.
Wow, that was a good
Effective.
idea.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Romero, man, he just brings
Carpenter.
the fucking dividends. Carpenter,
John-
Romero, Carpenter. Sorry.
One of them did Halloween. The other one did all the zombie stuff.
3.5 movies, 3.5 beers.
Yep. Whatever that means. Also, the thing I forgot to mention too is the thing is in Halloween. That's what they're watching on TV throughout the whole movie,
Oh, yeah. I noticed
kidding.
that.
which is cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah.
Yep. And then also, let's see. Yeah. So then we got Wilford Brimley. Who is he? He's Blair. So he performs an autopsy of this conjoined monster. He's just really digging in there, and he learns that it has all the normal internal organs of a human.
How is that? Like, where did he find them? The thing is a mangled husk
Right.
of flesh.
It was very confusing.
Yeah.
It was in the process of becoming a
Almost
person.
fully.
So basically, I think it just made the organs first, and then it was just going to do the rest and stretch all that out, and then
Or
be
it was
a human.
already a person and his head was starting to split and they burnt it.
So
Yeah.
this is something that confuses me. Does the thing infect a person and become that person, or does it like encompass them into their body and then jettison out a copy? You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
know.
It takes them over entirely.
So it like
actually,
infects them and takes over their cells at like a cellular
Ye-
level.
Correct.
Okay.
And it takes over everything. It just completely hijacks everything, and then everything that we are just becomes them.
Yeah, all
Okay.
the cells just start eating each other up, basically.
All
Yeah.
right.
Although later on, they open up that thing and it has like a bunch of shit in it.
Right.
It has
Right.
like
exactly.
dog heads and. So I don't know if it can
Yeah.
also just like once it assimilates into the thing, like into the person, like because of its tentacles, it can then just like replicate whatever it wants internally.
Also,
like a
it
piñata
comes
of
down
death.
to
I mean, with the stomach scene, it can basically do anything it wants. I think. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just being super nerdy right now. It's biomass. It's how much biomass is taken in. So if it's taken in 5 bodies, it can make 5 bodies worth of shimmering flesh. Cock demon and like come after you and shit. As big as
Like
big
the
as it
pack of
wants to be.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then like each body it gets, it's like, more glue to like throw into its glue, and then comes at you. Yeah.
I gotta
Also-
say. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's off topic. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say in this scene when he's doing the autopsy, I couldn't help but laughing. And John, I hope you noticed this as well. He's doing this autopsy on what is clearly an alien or something very unhealthy at the very least, not a normal human body or something that you would recognize from Earth, with latex gloves and a grimace. Nothing else. Like
Gives it smells.
he cuts into this thing. You don't fucking know if that thing is gonna like under pressure and it's gonna splatter you with blood and like blood acid if this thing was the alien or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fucking cut it.
He dude, Wilford
is
Brimley
the-
assumes that whatever diabetes he's got is going to fight off whatever's going on in that alien. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, he's looking at it, he's like, it's like the pancreas ain't producing enough insulin. I think this thing's got type 1 diabetes.
He's like, oh, it's just my foot.
It's also a guy who's like, killed and cleaned far too many deer.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Like you can, as he's going in and scooping them out.
I mean, he's a real cowboy. So like Carpenter asked, like, does any of this like gross you out? And he said he compared it to just picking up his laundry.
Well, John, I do two things. I act and I butcher animals.
Gut him out. I think that's my little fan theory now, though. I'm thinking,
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm thinking now that because, they say like you need to eat everything out of cans later on because like even it's like little cells could like consume you slowly. Maybe that's when he started becoming the thing. Like he could have slowly just been throughout the movie, just been becoming more and more of the thing because of that.
Because
those two autopsies.
He didn't take any protection. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like breathing it in. He's just latex gloves. He's got his arms exposed. Like all that shit's getting into his skin cells.
That's because I was wondering like, how does this make any sense? Like when did he turn? Like I didn't understand that at all, but I'll take it. That works.
Be it. Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
Max, I've been watching this movie for like fucking 20 years now. And thank you. That's the first time. I never understood how he got it. Yeah. It's because he got the blood. The blood itself is another
just
critter.
got infected.
Dude,
there we go. Look at that.
Curiosity
John, I'm glad I can help
killed
you.
the cat. It's a great saying.
Hey, I really appreciate that, Bill.
You're welcome.
Once again, when you take over the show, I'm in your corner. So after Max, becomes the thing, we have to set him on fire and shit.
Not
It's
yet,
okay.
John.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna set him on fire. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bill, you need to grow out a beard first so you can have all those just snot icicles hanging from you with the blowtorch. That's how you become the captain.
All right. Well, we're gonna need like 5 more years, John. We're gonna let's give it a little time.
5 more years.
I'm not quite ready. I can't really grow hair over here or over here yet, so we're gonna have to work on that.
It's okay. It's okay. So I've got topical HGH, and we're gonna just
Let's do it.
it's like an eye cream, but you gotta be real careful. You get that on the eyelids, it's gonna be fucked up. You don't want that shit.
What about the dong, dude? How does that work on the dong?
What's that? Okay, all right. So the gentleman from the representative from InfoWars is not back into the room. What can we do for you, sir?
Well, how does that HGH work on the dong? Does that make your dong bigger?
Makes it hairier.
It's gonna be fucking. I mean, it's gonna be slick after that fur gets wet, my dude.
Hey,
No.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of that description.
He goes, hey.
All right. Well, now we get the first disturbing fucked up scene of the movie. So we got the husky thing. He's put into a kennel with all the other dogs, and he immediately just starts acting weird. And when I say weird, his head just splits open like a blooming flower. A bunch of tentacles and crab legs just pop out of it, and it starts attacking all the other dogs, leading to the crew shooting. Shooting and then just using the flamethrower to the thing.
This was I agree with Bill. It's the toughest scene of the movie.
Yep. I think that was Tim. Tim was live texting us during this scene. He was not happy.
Yep.
Dude.
God, that was you. Sorry, Tim.
If
I forgot. Bill doesn't have feelings.
when and if aliens do come to Earth, I'm gonna kill them just as retribution out of this scene. I'm gonna be like, I don't want you killing our dogs, so I'm gonna kill you first. Which may spark an intergalactic war, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's worth it.
Yeah,
They have it coming.
exactly.
It was very upsetting when the dog that would like almost chewed his way out and then just got like covered in like jizzed on a hole too much, and it was just like, oh, that's heartbreaking.
That dog did not like that either. He was just like,
No.
oh, God, what is that shit?
Yeah.
Get it off
Oh
of me.
no!
There were a few
It'll take
times.
weeks to clean.
There were a few
Fuck.
times with the dogs where I was like, ugh. That dog probably didn't really like understand or like that very
Nope.
much. But,
Stand
like,
still.
Like it was not fake. That dog in the beginning was definitely being chased by a helicopter because like there are shadows of the helicopter passing over the dog. It like probably scared out of its mind. It's kind of fucked up.
They were talking about that in the commentary too, because like the helicopter got too
Yeah.
low at one point. You can see the dog like ducks down. He's just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, this is
Who are these
before
amateurs?
that whole animals were not hurt in the making of this film shit.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah. All the dogs were killed in this
so-
movie.
Yeah, they're all dead.
And Carpenter said that they had representatives from like the Humane Society there to like make sure everything was kosher and shit. And apparently they were good with dogs getting hosed down with petroleum jelly.
Yeah, no.
Excuse me. No, it's the ingredient that makes Twinkies. There's a big ingredient in Twinkies, and that's what they were spraying at the dogs.
They
Is
thought
that
that
for
was
real,
fine
or
until
you
the
made it up?
dogs started devouring that one dog because they smell like Twinkies.
Yeah, but
Oh
that's
my
not their fault.
God.
Dogs are animals.
That is
That must have
true.
been like the cat team from the Humane Society. They're probably like, yeah, fine. Kill those dogs. Cats for life.
Stupid brutes.
There's so many, like, I'm not going to complain. I enjoyed the whole ride, but I'm going to complain. You know, there's so many cliches with the horror movie stuff for this. And like this isn't the first example. The first example was actually went to the Norwegian camp and they split up after seeing the guy that was split with his neck open, but that's fine. When they all show up there and the dogs fucking going everywhere with noodle arms and like the dogs are all like dying and suffocating and stuff, and they all just stand there and watch like, wow, what the fuck's this? This is pretty crazy. Literally holding guns and flamethrowers, and they're just like, this is pretty interesting. And they just stand and watch it for like a solid like 2 minutes. Fucking burn the thing. Jesus Christ.
I like that scene, Bill. I thought that was pretty like human of them. I thought that was a pretty natural reaction because they're like all their faces like half confused, like half horror. They're just like, what the fuck is that? And then somebody's like, fucking shoot it. They're like, oh
Max.
shit, yeah.
Oh, right.
If we've learned one thing from police officers over the last like 10 years, that is not human. Human is shoot first and then go, oh, it was a grandmother.
Oh, that's the person that called 911 for help. I do that every time.
Yeah. Human is shoot first and then sprinkle cocaine and like plant a gun on them later.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen like, you know, half the people just like see it fucking and book it, run.
Yeah.
And then everyone else just starts hurling things at it or like shooting it or flamethrowering it, like fight or flight. Those are the only two reactions that should have happened there.
They're
Not
also
just fucking
scientists,
deer in
though.
headlights.
They are scientists, though, so probably also part of it is just curiosity. Like, they're all there to study shit, so they're probably just like, what is that?
I guess.
Curious
I don't know.
people are stupid. Curious people are dumb,
None of these
dude.
people live.
Yeah. Oh, let's go toward that fucking like like face splitting thing. No, dude. Run away.
Guys,
It's in cage.
Guys.
It's in the cage. It'll be fine. Let's watch it. Let's get some watch. Is somebody have their journal out? Take some notes. Get the time.
Maybe it'll cure my diabetes.
Yeah.
Shut up, Wilfred.
Don't touch it.
Push Wilford Brimley into that thing and run, dude.
That's how he got that
Guys.
mustache.
guys, we're really missing the obvious. The reason why I don't want to be as a man with a bunch of men in British Columbia away from everyone in December is these men, when they like froze and it took them like 10 seconds to compute and then decide they were going to kill it, they were sizing it up if they could fuck it. let's be very blunt. That's exactly what happened there. Like everything looked at that and goes, huh, that's the closest I've seen.
They're probably like, oh, is that a lady? Is that a lady in
Can
there?
this shapeshift into Farrah Fawcett?
Shoot it. Well, no, hold on. How many orifices does that have?
Fuck it.
I mean,
Fuck it.
you got Wilford in the back going, I ain't half bad. Like, fuck.
It's technically not bestiality when it's transforming into another animal.
Based on John's descriptions of vaginas in other episodes, this is kind of an accurate description of what I imagine he sees them as.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wrong. I mean, it's not too far off. A little imagination. Yeah, a little imagination, a little elbow grease, a couple of beers, like make it work.
I see it.
You know, it even comes with a built-in fucking vibrate feature for fuck's sake. Like it's great.
It's got a great personality.
Oh, dude. Tentacles to put wherever you want them.
Also, Stranger Things 100%
took be an anime porn.
Stranger Things definitely took their Demigorgon like mouth splitting head thing from this for sure.
So many things took the head splitting from this.
Yeah. But even like in Stranger Things, they have a poster of the thing in their basement, like in the kids' basement.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's exactly what's so threatening about it. It's a weaponized vagina. like,
some would say all
That's
vaginas
exactly
are weaponized, John. They all
sucks you in. It sucks you in, and it creates new life after. It's fucking. I mean,
it steals your
seed.
seed.
It's gross. It's gross.
Steals your seed and then ropes you into an 18-year relationship with something you don't really want.
Takes your life force and changes you into something else.
Yep. Turns all your friends against you.
Yeah. Turns out it did.
I don't know.
It spits
I
out
think
this.
we hit it.
It spits out this baby, and then you have low T for the rest of your life, dude. You know?
We hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Guys, it's just a
whole
woman,
theme of the-
okay? It's just a woman. John Carpenter's like, I don't understand why you think this is a horror movie. This is just about my ex-wife.
Yeah, he just probably went through a really bad breakup. He was like, yeah, this is my ex-wife reminds me of.
Dog-eating monster. After this, we
Why does
get...
it always boil down to low T? Sorry, go ahead. Just cut it out. We're done. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just go. Keep going.
All right. After this, we have a few of the gang going back to the Norwegian camp and discovering the Thing's spaceship, as well as the block of ice that it was trapped in. Great matted painting.
What probably the thing that I laughed the most at here is they're watching the videos from the Norwegians, and they go like, "What are we watching this for? We're not going to learn anything from this." Literally 5 seconds later, they learned everything that they need to know.
Oh wait, no, there's a spaceship. That's where it came from. It's like, what the fuck else you guys got to do all day? You're in fucking Antarctica.
Yeah.
And was that the level of technology the Norwegians had in the 80s? Like they were still shooting Charlie Chaplin film?
Probably.
Yeah.
Then Blair runs a simulation that says that there's a 75% chance that one or more team members are already infected. And if it could ever break loose, the entire world's population would be infected within 3 years.
I love how he runs this simulation. Where did you get this simulator from?
I love 80s computer stuff.
It was so slow.
Oh, God.
Like, why are we still watching this? It's
He
just
goes from like
bloop, bloop,
a
bloop,
Pac-Man, like, yeah, exactly, like eating the cells thing. And then like immediately that turns into like, well, one of your crew members, the computer is just like, well, one of your crew members, it definitely has it. And also the whole world will die. How did you figure that out, computer? Jesus Christ.
You're drunk, computer.
I looked at this thing as I looked at this thing as a homework machine. It was like, this would tell me everything.
It's true.
It could do it all.
That is true.
Like, my God.
That
Blair,
computer could like
power
read
behind it.
scantrons. That's all it could do.
Then you can play tank. That's it. That's the only thing you do on that thing.
Good game, dude.
Yeah. Still holds up. Also, after, safe to say, post-COVID, it wouldn't take 3 years. It would be like 1 or 2 days, tops.
Oh my God. It would take, no time at all.
There'd be so many people saying that the thing didn't exist. It was all fake. Just...
Well, no, and like it would be some dumb shit like, oh, it travels by jacking off on people, and there would be a whole subset of the population. What do you mean I can't just jack off on people in public? I'm not going to tell me how to do my fucking right. And then it literally turns into a South Park episode.
I've heard it's not that bad. I'm going to a thing party later tonight. I'm just going to get it done with, and then I'm going to go back to work.
Because I got the thing, he feels great.
I mean, like 10 people, you know? I came on 10 people's faces. It's fucked up. I mean, people, all kinds of genders, colors. Fuck.
John is missing his days from masturbating off of the overpasses in California.
Sacramento masturbator.
Yes, the masturbator. It would have been bad. I would have needed a fucking raincoat these days. Shit's rough out there, man. Like, there's no half measures. The world has to end anytime anything happens in California. But
Fucking California not letting me get the thing virus. Just let it happen already.
Make it.
Jesus.
Do it.
I mean, I'm
so Bill can take
going to go out on a limb and say the thing virus probably going to come from the vaxes, dude.
100%.
Good job, Tim.
Yeah.
We've encapsulated
we're all going to become things because of the vaxes, dude. This is all Fauci's plan. The Fauci ouchie is to give you the thing.
Top notch.
Oh, God. It's kind of hard to just transition back in after that.
I like how he said it. He was like, yeah, the Fauci ouch. And he put his hands out like DJ Khaled. Like, yeah. Like,
that's the workout program Tim's going for right now, too.
DJ Khaled workout program.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You just eat as much as you want for the entire winter.
It's bulking
Tim,
season.
you and I,
But you're
have the
in
bodies of the
Miami,
elite.
so there is no winter.
Not yet. Whatever that means. Okay, Blair. He also thinks that the burnt thing cells are still alive in both bodies, which is true. Because right after this, we see Bennings in a storage room just getting a mouthful of tentacles, followed by the crew burning him alive outside.
Again,
Very Japanese.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
That is true. Another example, they're taking things pretty casually. They just like have this thing in a storage room sitting under like a rug. It's like, you don't know what the fuck this is. And just like, again, and like this was a point where I was thinking, Max, like, aren't these people scientists? Don't you think they'd take a little more precaution? It seemed like freezing was a pretty good solution for 100,000 years. Maybe fucking just chuck it out in the snow until, you know, the winter passes.
Put it on ice.
That seems like a good idea.
I agree.
I like how they, like, a good point, Bill. They are scientists. So their first inclination is, let's not wait till we get to like a real lab to figure this out. Let's just like kind of half-ass fuck around with it. You know?
And keep an organic, presumably to us, dead body at room temperature under a rug.
That's melting.
That's a good idea. For sure.
It's oozing and dripping on the floor.
Guys,
They're like, eh.
Don't we have to keep it sterile and preserve it? Yeah, throw a rug on it, dude. Didn't you go to science class? All right. Didn't you go to biology 101?
But the only rug
Throw
that
a
we
rug
have is
on
the
it.
one the dog shit on. Yeah, well, fucking, that's the one we got. Just throw it on it. Jesus Christ.
Dog's dead now. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Who cares?
guys, I hate to always be pointing out, you know, the obvious, but their contingency plan for everything was we'll just set it on fire with our flamethrowers.
That is true.
Like,
Actually,
everything. Like,
very good
well,
point.
you know, we spilled some chicken brine. Just burn
it.
Just burn it. Just fucking burn it. Like everything.
Creepy shot, though, of Bennings with his deformed squid hands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's fucking awesome. That sticks with you.
Yeah.
Dude, fucked up flipper baby porn shit is what that is. Like, that's just,
Yeah.
God.
Well, and then like,
Even the sound doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it
When
sounds so
makes
weird.
it-
Does it? It's like it's trying to talk or something. Like it's trying to get his vocal cords to go, and it won't work yet.
it hadn't worked yet. Yep.
Creepy,
yep.
though.
Well, and then this
creepy.
is when it like, is this the first one where they burn a person alive or what looks like a person? You know what I mean? Like some of the other ones, the thing's already dead or it's clearly not anything human at all. You know what I mean? But that looks like the guy that you've been hanging out with for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, and you just fucking roasted him. That was pretty tough.
They just didn't like him. They were like, Benning's the thing. Get him.
He owes me
Doesn't
10
look like
bucks.
the
Burn
thing.
him.
He's 100% the thing. Get him now.
Well, I think even Gary says that. Like the guy who's like the station chief, like he's kind of shooken up about it after the fact. He's like, I've known the guy for 10 years.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been him. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no, look at his hands, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Definitely not normal hands. Yeah.
Yeah, he has like tree trunks for hands.
It's like, those are always Gary's hands.
What are you talking about? Gary always had weird hands like that.
He gave the best hand jobs. I mean, nah, that's not what I meant.
I loved him. That's why they're keeping the bodies in that storage room.
To fuck.
Yes,
I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. Necrophilia. Yep.
Yes. Sex.
Yep. So we were talking about horror tropes earlier. I will say one thing that this does not have is like the skeptic. Like everybody's on board, like throughout basically the entire movie, which is nice. Like you don't have anybody being like, I don't know, I don't think so. What if it was this instead? Like they're all kind of just they can't believe it's happening, but
Not only were they on
40
board,
years too early.
they were like, they figured out the pathology of this thing.
Yeah.
Really within 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was also a little confusing for me. But that was another situation where like, okay, done, explained it. I'm not going to question it. Let's roll.
Yep.
That's why I wanted that computer for my fucking homework.
Right.
that's what I love about Carpenter movies. He just makes them simple. And if you ever ask him about it, he's like, I don't fucking know. Like that's his answer to like everything.
No, but it's like, was it
Yeah,
good?
that's cool.
Yes. All right, shut the fuck up.
It's great. It's entertaining.
Not
Yeah,
everything has to make sense. Some things can just be entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to extend this movie for another 30 minutes and make it a 2.5 hour movie like they would today.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
cut all the fat and just enjoy it.
Yeah. No women on screen. Just enjoy. Just no women.
the fat. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the fat and enjoy it.
Oh, God.
Like a lady. That should be the episode title. Man.
This is This is not our most feminist episode. I'll say that right now. Not that we're strong in that category to begin with, but
If any women are listening to an episode on The Thing, then they're going to be just, I don't know what you're asking for.
I know what you guys are talking about. We're number one woke podcast, according to the commenters.
I mean,
Yeah. How many times, speaking of this, okay, so we're just going to do this right now. How many times every man listening to this podcast today has ever gone, hey, do the thing.
Do the thing.
Hey, just do the thing. Just do the thing. Just do the thing. Yeah. We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Look at me, Bill.
Rip through your clothes like a monster and eat that person.
Do the thing.
send the tentacles out of your spine, break your shirt, do it. Do it now.
Eat a couple of dogs and your best friend. All right. This leads to Blair now just completely losing his shit as he strips a helicopter, kills the rest of the dogs, and then he goes into a full diabetes rampage in the comm room with an axe, leading to the boys overpowering him and locking him in the tool shed.
So this was a very, like, he obviously lost his mind for a little bit here, but also the right move to do for humanity,
Yep.
right? Like, clearly.
He couldn't talk to anybody about it because then it wouldn't have happened. He took matters into his own hands. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Scorched earth.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the direction. These fuckers are going to burn this whole place to the ground. I might as well destroy it now.
Again, this is a common theme with me. People's will to live is too strong. Like the minute I saw this thing burst a dog's face open, I'd be like, yeah, do you guys want to just call it a day?
We're fucked.
I mean, we're in the Arctic and this dog is like fucking bursting its head open. I think it's
It
just
just
time
pours
to
a bunch of
die.
gasoline on his head as it's happening.
Yeah, and I would have been the smart one because I would have just been dead before any of this shit
Intercepts the
happened.
flamethrower, just burns himself.
Jesus Christ, I'm never going deep sea fishing. Ever.
Oh,
We're going to hit like one wave. You're going to like go up like 6 inches and like plop on, on our butt. And we're all going to go, oh, that hurt. And you're going to just be like, blow your fucking head off on the goddamn boat. Like, shit.
yeah, no. If we lose a fish, John, if we lose a fish, I'm going to look at you, turn to you and be like, remember that suicide pact we made? And you're going to be like, no. I'm like, well, we're ready to die.
Remember the thing? The thing we were talking about?
Hey, John, do the thing. Just do it. Do the thing.
Do the thing,
Kill
John.
yourself?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Do the thing.
It's the implication.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
But in this scene, I like the child, Keith David, who we haven't really brought up yet, but he goes, come on, Blair, you don't want to hurt anybody. And he just shoots at him and he just throws the gun when he runs out of bullets.
Yes. So good.
Oh, God, good stuff. Also, Blair tells McCready to keep an eye on Clark. Keep an eye on Clark.
Yeah. Do you hear me? I can't even do it. Do that little like where that
an
last
eye
word he
on
says. He's
Clark.
like,
Yeah.
hear me?
Hear me?
Hear me? It's like, God damn, they were drinking a lot. They found the beer after all. Okay.
That was like shack is the beer. That was the beer fridge.
The beer storage, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So the next day, the doctor suggests doing a blood test, but then they find all the blood bags destroyed, leading to a paranoid fight with Eyebrows Gary stepping down as a squad lead and McCready basically appointing himself the new captain.
Okay.
Don't get any ideas, Bill.
Couple things here. First of all, can anyone, and by anyone, I mean, shut up, Tim, please don't talk. Max or John, can anyone explain to me why they burn the bags of blood?
They think they're infected.
Why they burned the...
They-
so later
so
on when they
they-
do the blood test?
No, they find, they decide they're going to do that blood test, and they go into the freezer and they find like the packs of blood's all like cut open and ripped and spilling on the ground and stuff. And they then take those packs of blood outside and flamethrower them. Why?
They think they're contaminated.
They probably think maybe
They
one of
can't
them
guarantee
has
that they're still
thing
good.
blood. Yeah.
All right.
Or they don't want
Well,
the
not even
thing
like still
to
good.
use it.
They think it's got alien juju all over it.
All
and
right.
shit.
It's contaminated.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
As we've already
Well-
established, they just burn everything.
Yeah, exactly.
When
I
in
mean,
doubt,
that was
burn it.
that was the scene where I saw that. I was like, well, I guess we just burn everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot about the contingency plan number 1.
That's on their door in every room.
Just burn it.
Dirty dish, burn
Kill
it.
it with fire. Yeah.
Their emergency response plan.
Fire.
Yeah, basically.
It's an acronym too, just FIRE. It just explains everything to do. It all ends with you just burning it.
In case of fire.
More fire.
If you're fired, fire yourself up
Yes.
with fire. Also, I like how the station commander, Gary, steps down. He suggests Norris, who's the first one infected.
Yeah,
Like,
Gary's a
great
Gary's a
judgment
real
call by
dipshit.
Gary.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't see any objections to Norris. It's like, don't pick him.
And there's Norris, like the only words he says, he's like, shucks, fellas.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
ain't
don't
up
think it's
to it.
going
I
to be
don't
for
think I'm
me.
up for that. Yeah, obviously. You look like a
Oh,
fucking
my
loser.
God. Come on, Vance.
I never done
Jesus
no
Christ.
leadership or nothing.
I just like to
You mean
look at
fucking
stuff.
Willie got diabetes and you didn't?
I just follow my friend. Who's the other guy from Of Mice and Men, the smart one?
Oh, the little one.
Lenny
yeah.
and who's not Lenny?
It's
Yeah, I
not
know.
Lenny.
As Lenny. That's all I got,
I
too.
don't fucking know.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Not
whatever.
Lenny.
John.
John.
Tim,
Yeah,
like you
John,
read
sure.
books. What are you doing referencing a book?
Yeah,
Tim?
Bill, it's a movie.
Steinbeck.
It's a movie.
You can't even spell it.
Johnny Malkovich was in it. He was Lenny. You got to take
All
it.
right.
Harrison East was the other guy.
You also don't like movies. It's not Law and Order SVU.
Yeah,
So
we had to
I don't
watch
know
it in
what
his
you're doing.
Finocchio's class.
I remember watching that.
Got me again.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yep. Norris. So I wonder this is one thing about too, is like, is Norris like the perfect wolf in sheep's clothing in which like he's like wincing, putting the morphine to people and he doesn't want to volunteer to be the leader? Or like, does the thing assimilate so well to the person that they still think that they're human until like they're threatened?
I
So
think
that's
his
what I-
beta-ness was just like overriding the thing, dude. I think he's just an ultimate beta. The thing was like trying to make him the leader, but
It's like, come on, take it.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, fucking grab your dick when you say that, Tim. Grab.
I'm going to jump a little bit, but I think it's just like it ties into what we're talking about. The scene where they do the actual blood test, and like everyone is wincing when he tests their blood, and it's like because they don't like everyone's uncertain about themselves, like they don't even know if they're the
Yeah.
thing. Like you know what I
That's
mean?
true,
Like,
yeah.
Everyone's distrust has gone that far. I
Paranoia.
loved that. I loved that. They didn't even trust themselves anymore. That was so cool.
That's when you know you got a good horror movie. When when the real horror is just not trusting yourself or knowing the people around you if they're safe or not.
Right.
Yeah. So then after this, we have Blair with the noose in front of him, just saying, "I won't hurt anybody. I want to come back inside. I'm much better now."
Very convincing. That's Tim. That's Tim out in that shack. I promise there are no contingencies here. We can see the noose. You're clearly trying to kill yourself.
I
I just
can
like
see
go
your
up to the
face.
window. Hey guys. Yeah, much better now. All right. You just want to let me back
I'm like-
inside?
I'm like 75% sure I want to live. Pretty sure I still want to live. And I'm certain, mostly certain, I don't want to kill you. Or him. Or him either. Either of them.
Burn you a little bit, but not fully.
Why are you naked?
I've literally Max.
Why are you masturbating?
Well, didn't
This is erotic. What do you mean? This is very erotic.
What else am I gonna do here?
didn't all of us see Tim basically perform? This entire performance was him at that fucking deli in Knoxville just looking in a mirror and asking all of us if we ever look in the mirror in the morning and think about killing ourselves. Like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
He's done that.
Yeah.
He nailed the role.
And-
Like,
Many people don't remember my face split open to expose the shriveled husk of a dog that I thinged earlier.
but also, like 30 seconds after saying that, we were all like, oh, and he's like, no, I'm good, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, just like this. Same thing. Like, there's a noose in the way. Like, much better.
So
We're good.
I just gotta be
It's past me.
because of John, so we can thank John for this, but because John said the do the thing when talking to women thing, we can't use thing as a verb anymore, Tim. All right. So when you say you thing the dog, the first thing I thought of was what John was talking about earlier. And that makes me very uncomfortable. I like the idea much more of you infecting them as an alien and absorbing their body. Much better. Much better. Please don't talk
Yeah.
about that anymore.
Infecting them with his fucking cum. Yeah, exactly.
Potato to potato, Bill, you know?
Jonathan.
Bang, bang.
we
It's
go.
all the same to me. Yeah. After this, the second smartest guy in the camp, what's his name? Fox? Is that it? Folks? Fox? I don't fucking know. Who cares? He's dead.
Fuchs. I think it's Fuchs.
It's
Fuchs.
Fuchs. Yeah. No, it is spelled as
Fuchs.
Fox, which is unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah. So Fuchs, he's found burnt to a crisp. And then the rest of the camp suspects so is McCready. So they try to lock him outside, but McCready's able to break in, just looking like a crazed Jack Frost with a stick of dynamite in one hand and a flare in the other. I laughed out loud when I saw Kurt Russell's face. He just looks insane.
He looked like a madman.
He looked like Jack Nicholson in The Shining at the end.
He had to have like the pale makeup on, dude. He was super pale in that.
Yeah.
He also warmed his hands using the flamethrower. That was like, again, I was like, oh my God.
That's
What a
definitely a Kurt Russell
multi-purpose tool.
choice.
What a multi-purpose tool. Unbelievable.
Dude, he shows every scene that he is the hardest man in 200 miles. Like every scene, like
It's like negative 100 degrees outside. He's locked outside for an hour. He's like, I'm fine. Fuck you guys.
Honestly, you know what would be hilarious is if in the first scene where someone's like, go get the flamethrower, and the guy's like, what? Flamethrower? And he goes, oh, I mean the hand warmer.
Get the blow dryer. I mean, blowtorch. No, blow dryer. So meanwhile, during this skirmish, resident doughboy Norris, he falls to the floor in pain. So the doctor tries to revive him when all of a sudden Norris's chest transforms into a monster and rips both of the doctor's arms off.
So
good.
Woo,
So good.
So good.
So shocking.
That would scare anyone who watched this movie any year, any decade, any era would for the first time, and that scene would still get them.
That was
To this day.
I mean, I would love, this is a movie where I'd love to have like, just like a camera watching my face for the reactions between like the dog and that scene. It was just like a lot of like pulling back into the couch, like, oh no, oh God.
Yeah, looking away.
Yeah. Then they come up with just
with
the stumps of the hands too. Yeah. They didn't shy away. Like he just got bit and like, ooh, he's got puncture marks. Fucking no, it ripped his hands clean off. Double hands gone. No bueno.
Dudes.
It's up there with the first Alien movie and that reveal.
Yeah.
Like same kind of a thing where it's just like everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, like I mean, it's just like even everyone in the room. Like there's some intern in the back in the filming, like pass the fuck out.
Throwing up.
What's gonna happen? Like it's always it's
Everyone's throwing up on set.
yeah. Oh Jesus Christ!
Get the dogs away from it. Get him away from it.
Yeah, fuck! Cut the audio. Cut the audio.
Yeah, Dean Cundy, the camera goes down the floor. Jesus, Cundy!
Oh my God!
Together.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And I think it's also like they used for that effect too. They used a paraplegic, right? Is that somebody who doesn't have arms?
Paraplegic.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Paraplegic.
you're right.
So for that one scene, they used a paraplegic with fake arms. So then when they ripped the arms off, that's why it looks so smooth and such a clean rip.
Oh wow!
I don't think it was that's not paraplegic. What is the
Quadriplegic? No, quad isn't quad legs.
Quad's 4.
Oh, 4. This is all of them. I don't know. The guy didn't have arms. That word.
Yeah.
John? What is that? What is a paraplegic?
Paraplegic, that's basically half your body, whereas basically a quadriplegic is your whole body.
Oh, we're talking about
But that's when
But
you're
paraplegic,
paralyzed,
paraplegic is basically going to be your legs down. Quadriplegic, that's your
I
neck.
think you're thinking of the WNBA mix.
Oh no!
Woo! There he is.
Women.
Yeah, Tim. Thank God there weren't any women in this film.
I'm all about the bros, dude. I'm all about the bros. You know?
Yeah, man.
Just broing out.
I'm with you, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's here for the boys.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
bad.
player.
This is bad.
Let's
This is
do
bad
it.
for me.
It's fucking. Dude, let's go out there and just fucking smash some tits in our face. Just get out there.
All right, everybody's still screaming in this
Okay.
lab. There's blood flying everywhere. And then, so McCready, he burns Norris, but then just crab legs pop out of his decapitated head. And he tries to just creep away before he gets burnt for real.
This is another scene I was so happy because I saw like the crab head was like crab walking away, friend, you could like see it walking by the people. I'm like, okay, how does nobody see that? That thing is huge.
I know, dude.
And then they all just do like the slow turn, like, what the fuck?
You
It's
gotta
like,
be fucking kidding me.
that's it. That's the reaction.
Best line of the
That's
whole
the
movie.
appropriate reaction.
Best line.
That's great.
And that's all that took for Kurt Russell to figure out that he has to just dip some hot wire into blood to figure out who's an alien or not.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, John, I remember when we watched this in college, and like the scene, because the crab thing is just standing there in the hallway. He's just like, "Sap y'all." Like he's just laying.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
yeah.
y'all.
What y'all doing? It just doesn't move. It just sits there and just kind of shakes.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, what y'all doing? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, y'all got
What
some,
you doing with
got
that
candles?
flamethrower?
I was like, oh shit, I'm on fire. Like, and then it just goes
And then it
up.
starts-
And you see it just shakes even more.
Well, then it starts like tap dancing. It's like,
literally. Yeah. It's like, you're like,
It's hot.
oh shit. But yeah, it's just like, ooh, I'm gonna get myself off this head. I'm gonna walk out this way. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go out this window. I'm gonna go. Oh shit. Hey y'all. It's like, and it just lights it up.
That's what Norris looked like.
It was
before,
kind of
right?
friendly.
This is what Norris looked like. I've always looked like this, guys. Come on. I'm always gonna decapitate a head with crab legs.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cute. I'm your buddy.
What are you doing? I'm your friend.
You guys remember my old nickname from high school? Nobody Norris? Come on, guys.
Money over everything, y'all. Shit.
Then after the, then we got McCready. He tells everybody that they're going to do the blood test, but before they can do that, Clark just rushes at Mac and he shoots him in the head. So he's dead.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, that dude was just antisocial.
he was such a good red herring. I mean, like,
Yeah.
he spent the time with the dogs. He's an like awkward,
Weird
like
looks.
doesn't talk, weird looks, kind of suspicious. And then you get the doctor guy Blair saying, "Hey, watch out for Clark," and you're like, "Yep, that confirms what I was already thinking." Like, I should have
Yeah.
seen it. It was too many signals. You know what I mean? But like I was just like, confirm. That guy's the thing. No, not
Nope.
the thing.
Nope, he's
Oh,
just
boy.
weird.
He's just dead, and that was murder. Oops. Well, self-defense.
It was self-defense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Childs
right.
says it's murder, but that's not true.
Yeah.
Childs is like nodding his head. He's like, stab him. Do it.
Sometimes you got to break a couple legs to make an omelet, am I right?
Yep.
You know?
Sounds good. Shoot a couple of friends.
Like,
Yeah.
well, like also, doesn't it like become apparent? Like, yeah, it's like, okay, Clark's you just committed murder is what everyone like screams at Kurt Russell. And he's basically just is like,
Yeah, he just
That's
doesn't.
it.
my hands are
react.
cramping up.
He's like,
That was a little touched.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, his
bigger.
hands started cramping up, and that's when they rushed him.
he's like, murder. You should have seen what I did in Namda villages. Those were atrocities.
Should have seen the bathroom earlier.
He just becomes a Catskills comedian out of nowhere.
Am I right, guys? Am I right? He's like, it's nodding over to the doctor whose arms are ripped off and dead. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Fuck.
yeah,
Norris would have
shit.
laughed at that. Where's he? Ah, fuck.
Hey, how about you give me a big hand?
Hey,
Oh.
Krabby. Krabby baby, get over here.
Let me off, Tommy.
All right. And then we get the surprising blood test scene with McCready heating up a wire and dipping it into each container of blood, leading to just complete chaos with Palmer being the surprise thing monster and eating the radio operator Windows.
Oh, dude,
Windows
Windows
sucked. Fucking
Windows did suck.
sucks, dude.
He deserved to just get lifted up in the air and eaten.
Right. Why are you
He really
staring
is.
at this
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Because he's an idiot. It's like the same character in the Warriors too. Same thing. He just freezes up and stares at like what's happening in the movie. It's like, do something, dude.
What a hilariously bad
Fuck,
time
he
for
was
Kurt
in the
Russell's flamethrower to just shut off too.
I know.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Well, like it's also great. You could see just Romero being like, "All right, somebody's got to die. Kurt can't kill everyone."
Romero.
for
It's John
everybody." It's like,
Carpenter.
yeah. Oh, I said Romero again. I thought I said Carpenter.
Nope, you said Ramiro.
All right, so
Idiot.
Zombie walked into the room.
I think John's been assimilated by George Romero.
I gotta be honest, John. Fucking up people's names and not knowing anything about the movie or who made it. That's my deal. That's my deal, dude.
Yeah.
It's my shit.
Dick move.
Fuck.
It's
all right.
how many episodes are we in, Max, at this point?
100 and something.
Yeah.
No, you know what, John?
100 and something episodes.
I support it.
cultivating that character.
Here's Tim. I'm the only one allowed to know what the fuck is going on right now.
You take over Tim's role. I'll take over Max. That'll be fine. Everything will work better.
I'll take over Paco.
We'll assimilate them. No, I don't want to see your asshole. Please no.
I'll take over Paco's pants are coming off. So, some trivia shit here, too. Palmer's eye-popping effects, they were used in Total Recall.
Nice.
With Arnold. Let's see. In the Dean Cundy, he added a little subtle hint to who was infected and who wasn't. So he added extra light to everybody who was normal. And then Palmer didn't have any like extra light in his eye in the scene.
Yeah. Interesting.
Huh.
Yep.
What was the deal with it? I mean, could the things control like electricity or something? Because there was a kind of a running thing like with the scientist guy who ended up getting burned outside. Like his lamp went out and like lights going out.
Power off.
Oh, that is that.
So yeah, somebody shuts the power off. So the guy goes out to check it and then he gets jumped when he's outside.
Oh, is okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So now it's just one scene, 4 of the 9 just get knocked out in this one scene.
This is how you make a movie 90 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Like, fuck, you can kill a few people at a time.
Kill half the cast in one shot.
What was the name of the guy that we hated? Was a Window? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Windows. That was even though I hated that character, that was another one where like burning him. It was like it kind of hit like the other guy that was out with his hands. It's like he's kind of just him. He's just there. He's not really a thing yet. He's not like transformed. He's not a monster. You're fucking just roasting a human being.
You got to do it though. He's like he just turned into a big blob of goo.
I know. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't the right thing to do, but like
he's definitely still him though.
Oof.
Yeah, because he's like screaming.
Once you kind of go down that flamethrower life, you know, kind of hard to back up.
Hard to stop.
The torch, torch life.
Torch
Once
life,
that rock rolls.
Mm-hmm. You can't turn it off.
Torch life.
Hashtag torch life.
Everyone else do that? You cross your fingers and when you do hashtag, that's what I do all the time.
We should all take a picture of ourselves with like DJ Kyle glasses on doing torch life.
Hashtag torch life.
But what would actually happen is that we would be doing some like neo-Nazi symbol that we would
yes, we would.
No idea.
like the AOK is not acceptable anymore.
Yeah, we'd be like, wait, shit.
It's like, you fucking piece of you anti-woman hating piece of shit. Do you have any idea what that means? Like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to deny the woman hating part. That's very clear from our podcast, but I'm not anti. I mean, good Lord.
I didn't know I was doing it with my hands. I thought I was only doing it with my words. So, Child stands guard inside while Mac and the other two left. They go to administer the blood test to Blair. But old Blairy baby's gone, and he's made a makeshift Rick and Morty flying saucer under the floorboards.
So this was...
It looks almost identical.
Yeah, that is true.
The first, I hadn't seen this movie since Rick and Morty came out. I was like, oh shit, it's the same it's the same car.
Literally that. Like, there's literally like a lazy boy chair inside of the fucking thing. Like, yeah, it's
That's exactly it.
It's very upsetting. I mean, like, so this is, again, leaning heavy into the tropes, but I mean, like, you finally weeded it out. You get 3 people. You are rock solid certain these are not the thing. And you leave one of them behind in the building. Why? Why would you ever leave each other's sights at this point? Stay in a room, have 2 people awake at all time. One person gets to sleep. Boom. Never go anywhere without each other. Never. All 3 of you go to Blair. Why would you ever leave a single person behind? It's absurd. It's absurd.
Here's the problem, is that they were all smoking weed and they watched too much Scooby-Doo. Like, you know,
Scooby-Doo.
That's why you can send all the booze you want up to Antarctic research stations. You can never send weed. It never ends well. We don't know why.
Some of the Southern Hemisphere. I don't know what it is. People just get a little weird on it. All right, so we're getting to the climactic ending here. So, Childs, he runs off into the storm at the same time that the power in the generator shut off across the entire camp. So Mac, Knowles, and Gary start just blowing up everything, realizing that they will die, but at least the thing will too. I think the whole thing is the thing is just wants to freeze everybody to death.
I mean, I gotta tell you, like, they kind of, as the movie goes on, there's a lot less of like, burn it till it's gone, and we lean further and further into like, well, fire touched it, so ipso facto, it's gone. It's dead forever. Like gradually blowing up sections of the plant of your facility does not prevent this thing from surviving and freezing to death. Like if all it needs to do is survive and freeze to death, it's just going to run away from the facility and freeze to death while you blow everything up and die.
Yeah, it'll just freeze to be found by someone else.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, that's the plan. But that's what, that's the whole plan.
That's what it wants.
Found. Yeah.
So blowing everything up
is
is not a solution
like
to
the Ring
that,
of Power,
that issue.
Well, I think also probably part of it is like they want to just destroy the whole camp, so there's no way the thing can find a way to
get out,
travel out too. Because they blow up the UFO, and then it still doesn't really make sense though, because they're still gonna like they're all gonna freeze to death, and that thing's gonna freeze too,
and it's not gonna die, and they already know that. So
yeah,
unless you can catch it and burn it and kill it and be certain of that fact, then blowing up the entire facility does you no good.
That or they're just or they just think that it's in the base somewhere because it will freeze outside. So like, let's just burn the base up because we're gonna die regardless. So just fuck it.
It's an aggressive plan with not a lot of assurance.
Indeed.
Let's just put it that way.
I will say one part of blowing up the whole base though is that all the other like DNA from all the dead bodies that can't regenerate.
That's
if you just annihilate the whole thing.
Again, probably true, assuming that the fire burns everywhere hot enough. It kind of leans more and more into the like fire touched it, it's done, like, and less into like it needs to burn for a little while.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
This is what Kurt Russell warned us about in the commentary, arguing about the movie.
I'm sorry. I know. Look, I enjoyed it. I loved it, but this was dumb. This was a little dumb. It was just a little too dumb. You know what I mean? I'm okay with dumb. It just can't be too dumb.
No. Well, you're allowed to. It's a John Carpenter movie.
If I shut my brain off to enjoy a movie and I can still think of like, what? Then that's too much. You've gone too far. And I think they went a little too far with the ending.
Are you really just this pissed off that you don't have snow right now? Is this what you're doing?
It's
is
very
that what
upsetting.
this is all fucking about?
I just want to look, guys. I don't even like snow. I don't like skiing. I don't like snowmobiling. I don't ice fish. I just want to be able to shovel my driveway because there's nice clean lines. I don't use a snowblower either because snowblower never gets down to the blacktop. Shovel, good shovel. You get down to the blacktop. It's always up, and then you get the nice clean lines. I love it. God, it's magical.
That is so cute. All the listeners are going to think that he's not trying to escape his family by shoveling the driveway.
Bill, you've been out there for 2 hours. Can you please come in with the kids? I'm not done yet.
Listen,
I'm shoveling the lawn.
Maine is
the lines are clean.
It's going to let the things out.
Oh.
That's what's going to come out of the permafrost. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, then we have the Blair thing, finger motherfucking Gary to death. And then Knowles, he just quietly disappears, followed by a Tremors thing, breaking up the entire basement floor and just tossing the detonator to the side.
No,
but
it
Mac
doesn't even toss it. It like kind of like it brings it down. It like brings it down. And
it's like mine.
This is mine.
That stop motion, a little twitchy. Just
yeah.
Yep. Then Mac, he throws a stick of dynamite at the thing, just blows up the entire camp.
Cuz.
Yeah,
fuck you, Tim.
Yeah, America.
They do a lot
I know.
of
We went from
in this camp.
That explosive also almost killed Kurt Russell. Like him flying back was real because the explosive was way too close to him. Apparently.
Oh, really?
They weren't anticipating it being that big, so like he goes airborne.
So he almost got Alec Baldwin.
It was Alec Baldwin himself.
Other way of Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but this illustrates the secret backup plan to General Order number 1 is kill it with fire. Just burn it, burn everything, whatever.
Right.
That doesn't work. General Order number 2, nuke it. That's where this came from. It was just all the big boom, all the boom, as much boom as you can get.
I'm wondering if this expedition was funded by Acme. You know, it's just full of dynamite and flamethrowers. There's probably a lot of anvils sitting around somewhere. Maybe
how fast can snow blow up?
Rocket roller skates, things like that.
Taking notes.
It would be hilarious if Wile E. Coyote was in this.
Oh, God.
He's just constantly like breaking the fourth wall, looking at the camera, blinking.
Yeah. Just draws a little chalk outline of a circle, throws it, that thing just goes falling through it. The movie ends. This thing monster, though, it's like it has like half of Wilford Brimley's face on it, and then it has like the dogs. It has like a T-Rex in it. It's like the thing is so fucked up at the end.
Oh, it's been here forever.
This is what your body looks like on diabetes. It goes up like
It's just type 1 diabetes.
diabetes, and then it moves to the next monster.
Were they trying to say that this thing caused the dinosaur extinctions?
Maybe. Although
Wait.
dinosaurs were there. Well, no, yeah.
No,
At the same
100,000.
time.
But then there'd be
100,000 wasn't 100 million. It was
No, they said
100,000, right?
100,000, so that
Okay.
wouldn't work.
Wait.
That's too bad.
World's 6,000-year-old.
I know. So I don't really understand that to begin with. You know what I mean? Like that's baloney. You know.
So-
Once again, security, please escort the representative from InfoWars out of the room permanently, please.
Can I get a quick lore edification here? So like, there's the fat guy, stomach chewer guy, right? Who goes
Yeah.
like into like an epileptic seizure and then like becomes like monster thingy, right? And then there's the guy that does the blood test and he like spews shit all over windows and stuff like that. And then there's Wilford Brimley. Like all of these, is the thing not stable as a person? Or like, because it seems like they can never hold that form very long. Or do they intentionally do it? Like, why did the fat guy? There was no. He was like.
So he
the other
knew that
two, I could
the
kinda get
walls.
it.
So he knew that the walls were closing in. So it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like that's basically what it was. He was like,
You
it's
think
just a
so?
matter of time before my blood gets tested. They're going to know. So I might as well freak the fuck out right now. Try to kill everybody. Yeah. Like, I gotta kill
because
everybody.
with the big guy, the blood test was already out the window because the bags were gone, and they hadn't come up with the idea of hitting it with a hot wire because his head was the one that gave the idea to, you know what I mean? Like, so like, why
Well,
did
Maybe
no,
the
no,
pads, maybe
but
the
he knew
resuscitator
that
pads might have done something too. The electroshocks could have
But he
freaked it out.
wouldn't
just
fell
saying,
into like a.
he knew the plan though. He knew that was the plan. They were going to test everybody's blood, and he was like,
They would have figured it out
obviously-
one way or
yeah, they
another,
would have figured
you
it
know,
out.
whatever.
So he was like,
Yeah.
all I got to do is, he's like, all I can do right now is just fucking.
So you think
Rip some
that
poor
they're
guys.
turning into like gross monsters is more of like a defense mechanism, unleash the
Yeah,
hell
because
kind
that
of thing.
shows his true
that's when they
colors.
can.
Yeah.
That's when they can kill people.
Right.
Far more easier.
He was
Right,
taking a
right.
shot down the field, dude.
Weaponized vaginas.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I get maybe on Monday morning quarterbacking here. Yeah, I feel like maybe it was a little early for that field goal attempt, but you know what? If it's 60 yards and you got to go for it, maybe I don't know. You got the right. You got
He
Justin
saw the
Tucker,
whole
sure, why
crew
not?
in one room, and he's like, "I'm gonna go for the big play here. I'm gonna try and kill them all."
Max
Bill-
loves it. Max
Right.
loves it.
Just nod my head.
Yes.
Yes.
When is he gonna stop? Not yet.
So,
There's a lot
Bill
of field goal
Making
references
60-yard
left.
field goal analogies with Baltimore Ravens kickers. Cool.
There's a lot left, Max. Shut up. I'm not done. Stop.
I'm not done making comparisons to football.
What this is, dude, is this is like the West Coast offense, where you know we're doing like short, 10-yard plays, but then when you get the opportunity to take your check down the field, Jerry Rice.
I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yep.
I'm
And then-
all right. I support
And then
it.
Palmer's more run and gun. He's got to sit there and wait for them to do the blood test, and then he's got to freak the fuck out.
Right.
Yep. I do like how Palmer's like smirking before it happens. He's like, "All right, here we go." Just like goes crazy.
Yeah, he's like an old gunslinger,
Yep. He's a maverick. All right. Wrap up the movie. We got one of the better fan theories ending in this too, but we got Childs shows back up. He says he thought he had seen Blair, so he chased after him and he got lost in the storm. And then an exhausted and freezing to death Mac just laughs it off as the movie ends.
Cool. Good ending. Good ending.
Yep.
Lots of stuff happens in that scene. Am I allowed to talk about it?
Yeah,
Max?
go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So the number one, the biggest thing about this, if you look at both characters as they're sitting there being like, we're fucking fucked, dude. This is great. Let's just drink. Is that Kurt Russell, you can see his breath the entire time. Childs, Keith David, you don't see his breath one time.
Mm.
In the
So that's
entire
one
scene.
theory. And then the other theory is the bottle that Keith David drinks is actually a Molotov cocktail. And it's just like gasoline and fluids, and he just drinks like whiskey, but he doesn't know it because he's the thing.
Right.
Oh.
There-
So
And
that's
that's
the
why
other
Kurt
theory.
like really
That's why he starts
smashed real
laughing.
big.
Kurt never
That's
drinks.
why-
Yeah.
Kurt never drinks out of the bottle.
No, but he hands it the child's though.
Well, and when they're lighting up the building, yeah, that's right. And that was something. There was something about that when he took the swig from that, and Kurt Russell laughed. I was like, there's something to that laugh, behind that laugh. Like I didn't really get it. Like would the thing not poison itself with alcohol or something? I don't know. I didn't. But there was something to it. But Molotov cocktail, that makes sense.
I mean,
yeah.
And then
go ahead, John.
No, go for it because I got a third piece. So no, say what you want to say. It's a safe space too.
Well, even like Childs even smirks. He's like, you know what the deal is.
I'm the thing.
Yeah, I'm the thing. It's kind of like
why else would I run into
it's kind of like gunslingers in a western.
So.
It's like they're smiling at each other. It's like it all comes down to this. We know exactly what time it is. You know.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, John?
So the third thing, there was a video game, PS2, came out when we were all in like, let's say middle school, right? And it was the thing. It was awesome. So good. Anybody out there who got a PS2? It was great. It was the most, if you a big one came out from somewhere, you had to shoot it and it would like fall down for a minute, but then you had to actually kill it with a flamethrower or like a Molotov cocktail. It wouldn't die until you kill it with fire. Anyways, at the end of that game, when you're getting ready to fight the final boss, guess who shows the fuck up with his big fucking sombrero? Is fucking
Really?
Kurt Russell's character,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
he picks you up in a helicopter that happens to have a fucking minigun on it, and then he flies you around the final boss to fucking kill it.
That's pretty cool.
If that's considered canon, then I think Kurt lives.
John Carpenter said it was canon, but John Carpenter's also just like obsessed with video games. So
Yeah.
like that's all he does
So-
is just like smoke and play video games all day now.
It's
So
good.
it seems like both of the fan theories though is that Childs was the thing. Both of those ideas, the breath thing and
At least for the fan theories are, yeah.
they kind of confirm or like suggest that anyways.
And I don't think Carpenter's ever. I think I actually watched the ending of the DVD commentary just to see if they said anything, and they were just talking about something completely irrelevant, so it didn't really matter. But like, I was wondering if they were going to address it, but I think they kind of just left it open.
Did they?
Yeah, they didn't say anything.
I know you said there was like a remake or something that's somewhat recent, but did they ever do sequels of this? Because they kind of left the door open for that.
No, I've read some of like a script sequel that never made it. It was gonna be a TV like miniseries.
Okay.
Back in like the early 2000s, in which like it does make it to land, and it's like the military trying to like contain it, but they never made it.
I feel like
Gotcha.
in reality, like what the ending is that this is like the 20th time this has happened. It's gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until
Yeah, it's happened twice in this movie.
Right.
Jesus, calm
the
down,
Norwegians-
True Detective.
Yeah.
But
Flat
can you put
circle.
it? But John, please put it in the context of like 80s football offensive schemes.
That would help me understand it.
Yeah, I don't
bit
really
more,
get
too.
it otherwise.
I'm kind of having a hard time following.
So it's like the pistol formation or just a regular shotgun? So two people or just one running back? Also, I did though at the end I did hear them. They're talking about how the studio wanted them to cut it right as Childs showed up, right as he was like walking at the frame, and they wanted to cut the movie then, but they didn't want like John Carpenter and Russell didn't want to do it. So then Kurt Russell wrote the rest of the dialogue for the movie, like that final scene. He just wrote like on set.
Thank
Ugh.
God for Kurt. The ending wouldn't have been as good if it just cut. Like
Great ending.
Way
Yeah.
better that way.
Fuck
yeah.
Yep. Love me some Kurt.
I love the way that like Child says like, well, we are, one of them says something like, we know what the score is or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's just vague enough where it's like, you know, or is he saying that we can't trust each other, or like we both know who each other are, like kind of thing. And you're like, we're too tired to do anything about it anyways, you know, like,
Yep.
oh
Let's
boy.
just give it. Yeah. Let's just wait or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Also, Carpenter pointed out that again, like why I fucking love Dean Cundey is throughout this scene, the fire's starting to come down. So the lighting on their faces starts to dim more and more as the scene ends.
Some more of the lighting thing. Yeah.
Yep. More lighting stuff. So like they're either way, they're about to die. That sounded a little passive aggressive, Bill.
It was.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
See, I
know.
listened to all this football
Oh,
talk.
no.
but-
No. I was like, more of the lighting thing. I'm not going to pick up on something like that. I'm
Lighting
too
thing?
stupid.
Cool.
Oh, great. Fucking lighting thing.
Yeah.
Now, Justin Tucker, on the other hand.
How about that fucking
He just
kicker
looked like
for
a
the
parent to
Cowboys,
me.
dude?
Wow.
That guy, he sucks.
That guy, he's like the thing. Yeah. Okay, time for trivia. I think I already said this one, but yeah, very appropriate for a snow-themed series. Main locations filmed in Stewart, British Columbia. It's a snow capital of North America. They filmed it in December with temperatures averaging around 0 to negative 15 degrees with wind chills around negative 40.
Yikes.
And it cost Universal $75,000 to keep the cast warm.
Just like for heating.
Just for
basically.
heating.
Wow.
Yeah. And probably booze.
They actually melted a glacier.
There's that
while they were up there.
This was the third movie in 4 years that Kurt Russell and John Carpenter did together.
What were the other ones, Max?
So it was a TV movie, Elvis, was in 79. That was the first one they did. And then they did Escape from New York in 81, and then The Thing in 82.
Nice.
And Escape from New York and The Thing came out 13 months apart from each other. Yep. Two great movies.
Luxurious hair. That hair and that beard were just,
I had the best hair in Hollywood.
my God.
Still does.
Mm.
The role of McCready was offered to Nick Nolte and Jeff Bridges, who both turned it down. And the screenwriter said that he wrote the role for either Harrison Ford or Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
I could see Harrison Ford doing it.
I feel like for Harrison Ford, it would be like too similar to
Indiana
Han Solo.
Oh, Han Solo. All right.
With like the sci-fi and being grumpy, being in the snow. Like in 81 was also 80 was Empire, so like it was just in a snow movie.
Yeah, I go.
I think all of them,
Yeah.
all of them, but Jeff Bridges, I feel like could have fit. Nick Nolte's appropriately grumpy and was still handsome
Yeah.
back then.
I don't like Clint Eastwood. There needs to be like a vulnerability to the character.
Too crabby.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's too like I'm just like the best.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Clint Eastwood is very pro. Let's burn everything. So.
Donald Pleasance was the first choice to play Blair, but he wasn't available, so Wilford Brimley took it over. Donald Pleasance is in the Halloween movies.
Okay.
He's Dr. Loomis. Yep. Also, Wilford
Also has
Brimley
diabetes.
in alcoholism. He
There
was
you go.
drunk in all those Halloween movies.
Boom.
You can tell it specifically when he's shit-faced on camera.
You could tell it when he's obviously drunk.
His eyes are glassy and his face is red. You can tell. Like, it's just very obvious. Also, Wilford Brimley was only 48 in this movie.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow. Oof.
Holy
Yep.
shit. Okay.
They're making fun
Well,
of
he died-
Wilford Brimley throughout that entire commentary track, too.
Yeah, they are.
They're just laughing at him whenever he comes on camera.
I'm amazed though. He died at 85. Like I didn't give him that.
It's amazing. Yeah. That's what money does.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's impressive when you're rich.
Yeah, you ever seen a rich person not live to 80?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
This was Keith David's first feature film.
Which one was
I've
Keith
got a-
David?
He's Childs. He's the bald black
Childs.
dude.
Yeah,
He's great. I love Keith
he was
David.
good. He's really good.
Did you catch the part in the commentary where they were talking about how they had to hide his broken hand?
No. I didn't.
Yeah,
I listened to the beginning and the end of it. I couldn't get into the middle of it. It's still working.
I'm pretty sure, and it's really bad, but it's I'm pretty sure it's when the guy who we all hated was running for the shotguns and breaks open the case or whatever, and like Childs is there or whatnot, and then you see Childs and McCready are there, and you see Childs like go behind McCready and kind of like go behind him. If you look real close, he has a big glove on. That was the same. They found a glove that was basically, they were like, okay, we need to get one that matches your skin tone so no one notices it. So they put that on, and he got into a car wreck. And then Kurt Russell, who was clearly drunk when he was doing this commentary, was like,
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I had just met Keith the day before, and he said the only other time he drove a car was in New York, and it was stolen. I mean, it just cackles, and I was like, holy fuck, dude! Like, oh my god,
This is old
All
Hollywood,
right.
dude. This is old
Yeah.
Hollywood. That commentary track, Carpenter and Russell just getting shit faced.
Yeah, you can hear him cracking open beers during it
yeah. It's just like, oh,
and lighting
fuck,
up
guys.
cigarettes during it.
All right,
They're just coughing.
All right.
Neither of them seem like they would enjoy, like, dissecting the movie they just made.
Yeah. They're just shooting the shit. You can tell that they're buddies, too. It's enjoyable. I think I don't know if it's this one or Escape from New York that, like, for 20 minutes, he's just talking about his kid's hockey game that he just went to.
Right. It's kind of like this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Very distracting. Another thing, too, about the Keith David maybe being a thing is that his clothes are different when he comes back. That's like a reoccurring thing, is that a few of the characters who end up being the thing have different clothes because they, like, rip through it.
Yeah, they rip through the clothes.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. After we get off this podcast, I'm going to put on the last, 10 minutes of the movie and see, because I was gonna put it on from the point when they leave Childs behind in there and go and kind of just see that. Yeah,
it's very good. That's why this movie's so good, so rewatchable. All right, Rob Bottin, who made all the creature effects, was diagnosed with exhaustion and was admitted to the hospital in post-production.
How do you get diagnosed with exhaustion?
I guess he was sleeping. He was just, I don't know. I mean, I think you can get. Can you? I don't know. Ask the nurse.
That sounds like an old diagnosis.
I'll tell you guys.
He's got a bit of the exhaustion.
Did he get the fainting disease? Is that what it was?
I mean, like, you can have shit build up in your brain and all that if you don't sleep, and you start to hallucinate, and you can have psychotic features and shit. But I don't know the exact.
No, it's all right. So the long and short of what you're getting at is that he was weak. He was feeble-minded.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's what we would say. Yeah,
right.
he lost his bootstraps, so to say.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You can't pull
yourself up.
Behind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, so the original budget for the special effects was $200,000, and it ended up costing them $1.5 million.
Oh no,
it's worth it. It's fucking revolutionary effects.
Yeah,
the fact that Universal actually agreed to it means that they probably saw some of the early film. They're like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, yeah, we'll give you more money. Go ahead.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
It's like, I don't know if Rob can make it. Who cares? Just keep on giving him money.
You see some execs. So I watched this film. There's not one woman in there. Is that right? Yeah. Here you go.
More money.
It's a blank check.
Here we go. We don't have to worry about any hush money. Here's another 1.5 mil. Here you go.
Don't worry about it, John.
No women.
See, I called you John this time, not Romero.
Actually, they probably just found that money in the. They looked at the budget for the film. They're like, there's $1.5 million allocated for hush money. I guess we can use that.
Let's use it somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like the Blues Brothers. They had a budget for cocaine.
Well, yeah. Jimmy Belushi was in that. So.
Yep. All right, and then unused music for The Thing by Ennio Morricone was then used in Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, which also had Kurt Russell in it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Here's an example of just how insufferable critics can be. So the score for The Thing was nominated for a Razzie, while the score for The Hateful Eight won the Oscar. Best score.
So stupid.
So stupid. So dumb. Oh, The Thing, worst music ever. Here's the recycled music for The Thing. Best music ever. Fuck out of here.
Dude, I read a review for a movie recently, and it was just like reviews don't even make sense. Like, criticism should at least have a point to it. Like, you should at least have actual critiques. But this thing, you could tell this critic was just upset that he wasn't a good writer. Like, he couldn't actually write a movie or a novel or anything like that. He wanted to just string together some words in a sentence that he thought sounded good, but it had no fucking point. It was just at the end, the movie really didn't live up to, and he had some stupid metaphor about fucking shoes. I'm just like, dude, how hard is it to just have a critical point about something? You can't even do that right. You didn't have any fucking creativity or any ability to create this thing. So you just decided I'm going to shit on it, but you can't even do that well. I fucking hate movie critics.
Yeah.
What cunts?
It sucks. They suck.
Being in the movie theater, just working with movie theaters now too, for my job, I hate movie critics because they're just taking money away from everybody.
Right.
They say the movie sucks. People aren't going to go see it. It's no, let them be the judge for it. Unless it's really, really bad.
Well, it's not what are they, Roger and Ebert or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ebert didn't like this one.
Oh, he didn't.
I'm just going to say, like, yeah, anything besides like M. Night Shyamalan, you're good to go.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's lost trust. Everyone else make a movie. Whatever, it's fine.
Just fucking sit and enjoy it. It's not going to be that bad. That's the thing.
Do the thing.
Just do the thing.
Do the thing.
it.
Do the thing.
Just do the thing.
If you don't like it, just torch the theater.
Right in the butt.
Yeah, just set it on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Tim, were you holding Glide floss while you were talking about that?
No, AirPods.
AirPod. Okay.
AirPod case.
Good. Sorry.
Bill.
He's making a makeshift
I don't
noose.
floss. I don't floss, dude. What do you think? What do you think I am, man?
Oral hygiene.
That's not something the old tipster
disgusting.
does.
Ew.
Yeah.
Time for the box office game. How much does this movie cost? How much did it make?
I mean, you told us they spent $75,000 on heat and $1.5 million or something on special effects. So,
I heard the beer budget was $75,000. Yeah, so $1.5 million to make, and it made over the course of its lifetime $1 billion.
I'm gonna say it costs like $1.75 million to make and brought in like $7 million.
I agree
Tim,
with that.
Tim agrees.
Okay. Tim is tired.
I'd me up for
Copy,
Bill's
paste. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my dog needs to go take a shit. I got to get out.
So the movie cost $15 million to make. Yeah.
Wait,
Very expensive for back then.
well, yeah, what the fuck? That's crazy. What else were they spending on? I mean, like, they went from 1.5. If 1.5 million was on special effects, what the fuck else got them to 15?
Probably cost them a lot just
Shit.
to like
In the
film that
snow?
location.
Yeah, the film in the snow is probably really expensive.
All right.
Wait until they make that $1 billion back, Bill. It's fine.
Yeah, the sets looked pretty expensive to do it in the snow and keep them like not completely covered and damaged. And they also filmed it in British Columbia and in L.A. Like
Okay.
all of Wilford Brimley's stuff was in L.A. apparently because he wasn't available for other stuff for filming. Yeah, so it cost 15 and it made 19.6.
Damn.
It was
Not a great,
considered a bomb.
It was
at the
considered a
time.
bomb.
Yeah. So it was released the weekend of June 25th, 1982. Finished in 8th at the box office opening weekend.
Wow.
So the critics tore it apart. And for it being so graphic and grim and having an alien that wasn't nice like E.T.
Oh, my God.
So E.T. ruined this movie. E.T. was in theaters for 3 weeks at the time when this came out.
Well, couldn't you have a nice alien? It's a horror movie. I know, but just like
I mean,
a nice alien.
What is it?
A cuddly
Can he
alien.
like Reese's Pieces?
right?
Yeah.
Would that have been so hard?
Something cute? It's like, no, he rips people apart and then turns into them.
Yeah, but does he have to do that?
How about peanut butter cups? We have a big contract with Reese's right now.
Ugh. That's gross. That's really disappointing because it's a fucking good movie.
Yeah. Funny enough, too, it debuted the same weekend as Blade Runner, which is also a huge cult classic hit and a box office bomb.
Oh, that's a box office bomb as well.
Yep.
Wow.
Critics didn't like it. Nobody went to see it. Everybody was seeing E.T. just over and over again.
Oh, fucking critics.
Dude, E.T. made $663 million in his first run in 1982.
Tim, I just got to say, Bill is really carrying this for us. He's so interested on our
It
behalf.
hurts. It's hurting me physically to listen to this because, like,
It's so
E.T.
sweet.
is fine.
Like,
even like as a
Tim
kid,
and I are back here like, and there's that is fascinating. Max. That is so wonderful.
feed me more, Max. I need this. Oh,
I mean, Bill has like his hands on his chin, just in the camera, just
oh my gosh.
more. What else? Tell me more.
Bill's gonna have
Tell me more.
a movie critic column, and what's the paper up in Portland? Bill?
The Moosehead Herald. No, it's not.
Fucking God.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It is not called that. No.
That's
It
a
really
joke.
wouldn't surprise
No,
me.
it's not. Okay, what's it actually called?
The Portland Press Herald.
Portland polar bear. That's what it's actually
I
called.
was gonna joke and say that it ended in a herald. Of course, it ends in a herald.
It does end in a herald.
Bill's gonna have a column in the Portland Polar Bear, and it's gonna be it's basically just gonna be 2 lines. He's gonna be like, I don't know, you figure it out for yourself.
Right back, right in. Tell me what you thought of the movie.
Stop complaining. It was good. Just go watch it. Shut up.
It's one sentence.
It's really just gonna be Bill taking out the fact that he doesn't get a thank you for taking his family to movies. Maybe thank your father and husband for stealing out $100 to take a family of 4 to the movies. And buying them popcorn
$7
and
for
buying
soda.
them snow caps.
Who the fuck buys snow caps? Does anybody buy that garbage?
I don't know,
Jesus Christ.
Maybe the thing.
Yeah, you don't buy snow caps. Sneak them in.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, do the thing.
It's like, fuck you. You better not be sneaking in concessions.
Well, I don't give a fuck as long as it's not popcorn.
My money, bitch. Yeah. That would
It's
be
very hard to
different.
sneak in
That would be
popcorn.
Yeah, it's gotta be really tough.
So I don't give a shit.
Behind the curtain.
Why are you? What's going on with the puffy jackets, sir?
What?
Bring in like a
What's-
camping stove, a little propane thing. Little
Or it's
Jiffy
already
Pop.
popped. It's like, what's bleeding through your shirt? Nothing. It's definitely not oil from the popcorn.
It just
Ain't butter.
It just sounds like the
Hey, buddy,
lamest.
catch my
like-
drift.
Oh God! It just sounds like the lamest, like a sovereign citizen rant I've ever heard. Like, I know my rights. Like, I'm not part of this nation. I can cook where I want to. Just sitting on the big like ice rink that's in front of the screen that you always see now. Like,
That's why you bring the flame torch with you.
oh Jesus Christ!
Make
Build
it
a
popcorn.
Yeah, make that popcorn. Make it pop. Yep, but one of the greatest sci-fi horror movies of all time. It's in the IMDb Top 100. Has an 8.2 rating, and everybody hated it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Fucking useless.
Indeed. All right, next question. Who is your favorite and least favorite in this?
Least favorite is the chess machine at the beginning of the movie.
It's fair. It's a cheetah.
And it's a cheating asshole.
Yeah.
Big, just weeping asshole. And my favorite was Kurt because obviously.
Sure.
Good old Kurt.
I'd say my
My
favorite.
favorite was the dog.
There you go, Tim. Nice.
Yeah, that was
at
gonna be
the
mine
beginning
too.
of the movie. And least favorite, Wilford Brimley.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't have a reason.
Was he
for
too
that.
similar to you? Did it feel like he was encroaching on your space?
I felt a little attacked.
Yeah.
I
Overweight,
felt a little
depression, and like that's my space. You know, like yeah.
Oh yeah, overweight curmudgeon. Probably racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that.
I
I,
get it.
have that.
I get
That's
it.
mine. Don't
yeah.
pick that up from me.
My favorite was also the dog. I mean, I've talked about how
Yeah.
good the acting was for the dog. So the dog
He
is
was a
my
good
favorite.
boy.
And then my least favorite is the
Very good
Norwegians, who somehow simultaneously managed to get the thing on the run. They beat it. They had the thing beat. And then they couldn't kill it. So they're both the least favorite because they were trying to shoot a dog from a helicopter, so you suck. And they couldn't shoot a dog from a helicopter, so you double suck.
So that's the thing. I'm pretty sure helicopters can stay still. So they should have just not stopped flying so the guy could get a good aim at it. He had a sniper rifle with him.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're also in a helicopter, like you're a lot faster than a running dog. A dog running in like 10 feet of snow. So like get ahead of it, get right on top of it, hover.
Yep.
Shouldn't really, especially you get the grenades. It really shouldn't have been difficult in any situation to blow that thing up, to kill it. So the
Yeah.
Norwegians are my least favorite. They
Or
unleashed
do-
hell on earth.
Or do what any good citizen would do. It'd be like, hey, that thing's out of our camp. Not my
Somebody
problem
else's
anymore. You know?
It's like when the pollution
my
flows
problem.
downstream. Not my problem
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, dude.
We can just deny it didn't come from here.
Right.
What about all these dead people in your burnt camp? I don't know.
Did anybody notice during the movie that Kurt Russell just kept calling them Swedes for like the first half?
Yeah.
And like everybody be like, oh, these goddamn Swedes. But like, they're Norwegian.
They kept
Any
correcting him
Swedes
too.
in here?
They're
Oh.
Norwegians. Kurt.
Oh,
Norwegian.
That's good too.
I'll say that my favorite's it's also the dog. Just such a good boy. And then my least favorite is antisocial Clark. So weird that everyone just thought he was an alien.
That would have been hilarious if Wilford Brimley just was like, "Hey, now's your chance to kill Clark." Whoa. They're like,
Horrible question.
I mean, do you think he's an alien? And Wilford Brimley was just like, I don't know, but now's your chance to kill him.
Maybe.
So,
You can't not know, so...
right.
Did you not hear what I just said? I said it's now is the time to kill Clark.
Right.
It's no other questions. All right. Time for all my popcorn ratings. Prepare to be judged. What's your rating for The Thing? Dude.
I give this 10 guys standing around staring at a weaponized vagina.
Damn it. Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to incorporate the vagina jokes as well. Good on you, John. Good on you.
Hey. Had to move
I
fast.
give
Had to
this-
move fast.
Oh. What?
What's happening?
Someone just broke up for a minute. Okay.
Okay.
I give this 3. Is that the thing? I give this 3 death piñatas. 3 death piñatas at one very chilly quinceañera.
Okay. That's right. The human piñata. That's true. That's yeah.
I'm gonna give this crab head, one crab head out of bloomin' onion head. Just lots of heads doing stuff here. Crab head out of a bloomin' onion head.
Which one has more
Bloomin'
meat?
Onion's good, dude.
Bloomin' onion are good. Which one has more meat?
Well, I didn't hear the bloomin' onion part. I just heard the crab head.
Yeah,
Never mind.
So I mean, the crab head has more meat because it's
It has meat.
protein. It's an animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, that was a fucking stupid question to an obvious answer.
Well, maybe you should make it to an analogy to football, Bill.
Look, Max, when you point out better jokes after my first, I mean, mine was a bad joke, so I'm not upset about you. But I mean, still, obviously, football would have been the better answer there. Thank you.
I'm going to give this 1 football out of 2 footballs.
That would have been way funnier. Damn it.
Fuck. Shit.
No.
Bill, he just beat you again.
At
You
my-
can't take over. Fuck.
That's right. I'm the captain. Keep this boat
Look at the
just kinda
beer
shaking
differential
left
here,
and right.
John. I can't do anything for the time being.
Yeah, I know. You got whiskey. You have fucking nitro, dude.
But my real rating, I'm going to give this 1 optimistic noose out of 1 overwhelming desire to live.
Way too strong. That
Footballs.
was his biggest fault. You should have just wanted to die right from the get go.
Should've.
So here's
Should've,
the
would've.
You gotta,
with Blair.
you gotta know when you're overmatched, dude.
When did he turn?
Same. Maybe it was slowly after that autopsy, or somebody just
He
got to
He
him. I
destroyed
don't
the
know.
helicopter. Was he turned then? I say no. Right? Why would the
Unless
thing
he-
destroy the
unless he-
helicopter?
to strip the parts.
To make the spaceship?
Yep.
Because he was running pretty quick for Wilford Brimley.
That's a good point.
He was shuffling in that snow. They're like, "Who the fuck is that? Is that Blair?" It's like, it can't be. It's too goddamn fast.
Dude.
I don't know. That's the mystery of this movie. I mean, I even I Googled that. I'm like, the infection, by person, who was the first one, and it's every website's different. I don't know.
Good stuff.
Here's a piece of fan fiction. What if, in reality, what was happening was that Wilford Brimley's diabetes became kind of like the Earth's version of the Thing. And then the alien version of the Thing was like, oh shit, I've kind of met my match here. This is like an Alien versus Predator type of deal. And in reality, both Kurt Russell's character and the other guy were the Thing, and they were trying to battle it out with Blair to try and,
I like
just
it.
cracked the code,
I
fellas.
like it. I think that's
Just
it.
cracked the
I think we're
code.
It
done.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Done.
Thing 1 versus Thing 2, dude.
Yeah. The Thing versus the Thing.
Yep.
Sorry, I just
diabetes.
blacked out. What
The
happened?
diabetes thing. The
Diabetes.
diabetes thing, John.
Yeah.
The script is just a bunch of words, just says "thing" over and over again.
I gotta say, I did find it frustrating how many times they called it the Thing. It's like, at some point, wouldn't you call it the alien? I don't know. You come up with a
It is
name
a
for it,
thing.
the monster, maybe. But they're just like, I don't know, the Thing. And it's always capitalized in the credit,
Subtitles.
the subtitles, because I can't
Yeah.
hear things very well.
Oh, I have to use subtitles for
Yeah,
everything.
I use them too. Yeah, I use them too these days.
It used to be just with like British TV shows because I couldn't quite understand
Yep.
the accents, and now it's everything. Everything has subtitles.
I think it has something to do with the streaming. Like, just the audio levels are all fucked up now.
Yeah.
I think like part of it, I think, is like more people. I think I already mentioned this before. Like more people watch stuff on their phone now, so they want to like adjust it. So when you watch it on like streaming on a TV, like the volume, like the audio's too low, and then the music and shit is like and sound effects are like way too loud.
Hate
Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
You need to create like an EQ level for TV.
Right.
It's like it cannot anything above this decibel just gets like muted back down, like this podcast.
Well, okay,
should
Mr.
do.
Movie Business, go fucking fix it then, Max.
Should fix it.
Yeah,
Netflix
Max.
doesn't want to do that. All right, well, that's the episode.
Justin Tucker.
Kick the football. Anything else before we get out of here? Any more fan theories about things and guys and stuff?
No, just do the thing, Max. Max, just do the thing.
Do the thing.
Max,
Okay.
Just.
All right, taking my pants off. You guys asked for it. Like, okay, let's go.
Wasn't
Go,
it
it's
ever
so-
established that they were in Antarctica? Or were they actually on an alien planet the whole time?
Could be.
Maybe this is just a diabetic nightmare in Wilford Brimley's head.
Yeah. Maybe this is just what Gary Busey sees all day.
Does Antarctica
It
even
very well
exist
could
in
be.
the flat Earth theory?
No, dude.
So that's kind of
Bill,
confusing.
if
in and of
Antarctica
itself.
existed, you could see it. Right?
Good point.
I mean, I'm not. That just makes sense, right?
I haven't fucking seen it.
If you don't,
It
if
ain't
you
real to
can't
me.
see it, it's not real.
Yep. It's like whenever we do these podcasts with any of the without the video, you guys aren't real.
Yeah. Can you see
I can't see
COVID?
it.
Not real.
Nope.
Nope. Can you see
Y'all,
love?
I just,
Not real.
Exactly.
Jesus
Yes,
Christ! I
that's
just
what my
fucking
mom
work
always
here.
used to say.
I just work here, guys. You can't be asking me all these questions.
John, you're gonna fall asleep. You are literally gonna fall asleep. You are supporting your
Oh
head.
no, I'm not. I've been looking. It looks like I'm asleep. I'm looking downwards on my thing, but yeah,
I'm just resting my eyes.
I could totally. And those, God, with that chin resting on my shoulder with a roaring fire.
All right, that's the episode. Red Bubble. Stay tuned for more snow-themed episodes.
Yeah, Jace's fuckers.
Red Bubble.
Bill Walsh was really an innovator.
Much better than Shula.
You